Troops, it's 2023. Now is the time to get that diet sorted out. A lot of people starting the gym in January, try to get fit. It's no use unless you're eating well.
You need to be in a calorie deficit, as they say.
Or if you're trying to put that weight on,
you need your protein.
You need to get right up, get the high protein meals. And there's only one place to get meal prep from this year. Molly has upped her game this year. Molly's meal prep. She's upped the game. Now Molly's managed to move herself. She started this in her own house, and she's managed to move into an actual kitchen.
Do you know where it is? The Milton Muscle House.
Is it in the Milton Muscle House?
It is, mate.
She's cooking a storm. She's cooking a storm up in the Milton Muscle House, baby. You can't ask for much more than that. She's got a new menu for January. Now I'm going to read you some of the meals, and I want you to listen to me. If you have a meal prep service in Glasgow or South Lanarkshire or whatever that has a better menu than this,
you're a liar.
You're a liar, and I'll give you $1,000 cash.
Aye, you scored it.
I've got it to flaunt, so it will be nothing to me. But at the same time, I will give you $1,000 cash. You can show me a better menu than this. Let's go through the meals. So for January, we've now got the Nando's chicken, spicy rice, peas, and halloumi.
Is that not just the best collection of words you've ever heard, bro?
It's up there.
It's right up there.
It's definitely in the top 20 collections of words.
When it comes to food, there are some good words, bro.
Good words to put together. Creamy tomato chicken pen pasta, which I just had, and it was delightful.
Looked excellent.
Chicken and chorizo jambalaya, which I had today for my lunch. Molly herself said this is the best thing I've ever made.
I'm so excited for that, mate.
She was right.
Aye.
She was right,
Banging.
mate. Banging, mate. Sweet chili prawns. We've got the favourite, the Chinese style chicken curry with rice. And then we've got the veg Chinese style curry. And then creamy tomato pen. So they are 2 vegetarian options. And she's also got high protein meals. If you are a skinny malinky long legs, now that is a very disrespectful term. We do not promote calling anybody a skinny malinky long legs.
Because skinny malinkies throughout the years have been oppressed by us, the normal people. Do you know? No normal, can I say that?
Aye. So if you're looking to put that weight on, if you're looking to bulk up, she's got high protein meals, which are just the same versions. They're the same meals, but just way more in it to up that protein. She's also got a breakfast menu. She's got the Biscoff overnight oats, the Nutella overnight oats, ham and cheese muffins, and a healthy fry up. And listen, with Reilly's Gaff, if you're wanting to order with Molly, all you need to do is message her on Instagram, put your order in, and say, and by the way, I seen you on Reilly's Gaff. That's all you need to say, and she's going to fling in 2 free breakfast items. So troops, get involved. Now is the time to look after yourself. It's 2023. Wisen up, boy.
Let's get it.
Day-to-day the shit changed, but you know for the most part nothing ain't different. Sometimes be stuck in my ways, weekend fucked up in somebody's kitchen, sticking my hand, I'm chilling with the troops and my few cans down, so I walk like Winston. Trust me, I wake up hanging, you think that I'm leaving this bed, you're kidding. I'm sitting on back in the pad, get deep fried and I smoke some packs of the grass. Put the feet up, kick back and relaxing at best, no I'm sitting on Reilly's Gaff.
Right, I've got a chewing gum, guys, right, and what I'm saying is, so I've got a chewing gum and it's kinda a hassle to get round to the bin. To the bin, right? So my issue is, should I swallow it?
No, you never swallow chewing gum. Poisonous?
Aye, but it's
I think you try and fling it into one of the glasses.
Because my mother, right, God bless her, she's not dead, she's just in the house. My mother, she told me when I was younger that if you swallow a chewing gum, it'll get caught in your ribcage and you'll die.
Caught in your ribcage?
It's the truth.
It'll just stick and you'll be like...
It's the truth, mate.
Should I swallow it?
That is no, don't swallow it.
I'm going to swallow it.
No, don't, because then I'll need to make you be sick. Imagine that on camera.
No, it's not that bad, is it? Is it that bad?
So bad,
I just think it probably takes quite long to come out.
I think when it comes out, it's heavy weird.
I've got plenty of time, man. I'm going to do it, right, wait.
No.
Does it feel pure unnatural?
That wasn't good.
That wasn't worth it.
I told you I should have done that.
I knew you should have done that. I see that fucking lip balm out there. That's looking fucking enticing.
Here, speaking of lip balm.
You got some?
Aye, but I need to make sure it's handy.
You want this one?
Whose is it?
Mine. Honestly, you don't want it.
I don't know where
You want some of mine?
Aye, but like, do
What's that,
something.
pinky?
I'm like, like, I don't want to touch
All
it.
right, aye, you can do that if you want.
Why don't you like scrape
What
some
one you got?
I got pink Vaseline, rosy tinted.
Oh, that's
Tint rosy.
that's fancy, man.
Is it?
That's an airport brief, innit?
It actually stinks.
Does it?
Aye, it doesn't smell very good. But
Don't put it
See,
on
I
there.
know just well I remembered. I remember. Did you ever see when you were on holiday, right? Do you ever remember? This might be a pure weird thing. Do you ever remember you get a hang, right, and you could like stick it? It was like a wee tube hang, and you could put it in your tongue, and you could like, and it would make a mad crazy noise.
No.
oh, like you see the guys walking about the beach and
Aye,
they're
and
selling them and they're just like,
And it's like a mad weird. So I remember, right, I was on holiday and I got one and I was like, oh, I'm going to be the coolest guy in my school when I go back. Wait till I rock up to the playground at primary. I was like, wait till I rock up to the playground and just start whistling.
I bet you get it took right after you
No,
the minute.
no, it happened, right? I was like, I'm getting in early the day, right, so that I catch everybody with it. And I remember, right, I was pure showing somebody and I done that and swallowed.
Was that what that chewing gum felt like?
I know,
Yeah?
that's what I was
And
going to
that's
say.
what I pure
how long did
remember.
that take
I just
to come
remember the pure. Oh,
Aye.
Aye.
And do you remember the exiting? Remember it coming out?
Aye.
Is
To
it-
be honest, I did.
How big was it? What size are we talking here?
Oh, we're talking a couple of centimetres.
right.
So wasn't it major? Wasn't
too
it?
bad.
I did. Oh, aye, but it was, but you know, it came out no bother. But I remember, like, pure that way. I was like, sort of looking for it.
I don't know. Imagine your farts whistled.
Aye.
Imagine you farting. It was like, shh.
That would have been even cooler. Imagine that happened my full
Back into
life.
school the next day like that.
Aye. Listen to this, man.
Miss.
It's like, yeah. But we're on, Jamie. We're on. Troops,
Are we on?
Reilly's Gaff, we're back
Hello.
with Hayley Zalassi.
Hello.
Now, Hayley, you have been a highly requested guest.
Oh, really?
Aye.
I thought that was just my pals.
No,
Maybe it was.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Burner accounts and that.
well, you've got a lot of pals in.
All right, well.
No, it definitely isn't. We've had a lot of people saying, you need to get Hayley Zalassi on now.
No.
We had Miz on, right?
I know.
Good friend of yours, yeah?
Aye. Me
Phil-
and Miz hang about a lot these days, to be
Fellow
honest.
Southsider.
Yes.
Do
it
you
is.
stay, do you stay near Miz?
Aye, about 5 minutes. One direction. I'm not familiar yet.
Aye. How long you lived there?
Like a month and a bit.
I
I'm
see.
very
You're
fresh,
still an
fresh.
offside
How-
girl.
I was in
You're
Mary
still-
Hill before, so I'm like,
Aye, you're
I'm
still
just
a-
literally crossing the city.
Still an offside person.
I'm
You
still
don't-
North Glasgow.
Don't lose that.
That's
Tintin at heart.
Tintin at heart. aye.
Real Tintin,
No,
not
no.
as fraud.
Not
Breakfast.
actually Tintin. Every time because people say, oh, where are you from? And I'm like, because I grew up in Bishop Briggs, right? So I'm like, oh, I'm from Bishop Briggs. And they go, ooh. And then they're like that. And then I say, no, but Coast. And they're like, aye, so Tintin then. And I'm like, right, okay,
That's
fair.
the dilemma I've been going through since I moved there. I moved there like, I don't even know when, like 2 years ago or something. And I'm from Springburn originally.
Right, okay.
So like, depending on who I'm talking to, I'll say like,
you need to
I'll
say,
either
oh.
say Bishop Briggs, Tintin or
Coasting.
Springburn.
Like, if
Aye,
you're going
like,
for a job interview,
it's Bishop Briggs, yes.
Aye.
From Bishop
Aye.
Briggs,
But like,
yeah.
if you like, you see somebody for like school or something for years ago,
Where you staying now? I still doing Springburn.
still doing Springburn, right, obviously. Aye. But what I was going to ask you about Miz was, I was in here and I was like, I don't know how your name came up. I was like, Hayley Zalassi.
Aye.
And I was like, is she... What's happening with this? And then he was like, she is a lassie. And I was like, that's literally just clicked on the podcast. Why
Was
is
that what it was? Because I watched it back and I seen it like, and said it makes me sound like an exotic fruit.
Aye.
I was like, yes.
Zalassi.
Is that
yeah.
what you were going for, the exotic fruit?
Aye. Something.
Aye. Like, you can
something,
imagine that being like vodka and Zalassi juice.
Oh.
Know what I mean?
Ooh,
Something like that.
Vodka and sausage juice.
Aye.
Aye.
Like that would cost like 40 quid in a beef or something. Vodka and lassie. Aye.
I've actually got a very, very Scottish surname, so
What is your surname?
Thompson.
Thompson.
Oh.
Hayley Thompson.
How funny would that be, like headline and shit and that?
Just actually outed myself,
Aye.
even though I said I wasn't going to do that, but it's fine.
Oh, you've done it, it's alright.
I'm going to need to change that on Facebook now.
I was going to ask you, right? Obviously, like you had to like pick this name and that, right? And then some people just like you and McVicker just go Ewan McVicker,
Yeah.
and then some people go like fucking DJ Boring and shit. So it's like a pure scope. But do you think that's like, is that an important thing for
I think,
DJs?
so for me, like, so my name, Hayley Zalassi, it's, so see if you type in the word Zalassi into Google, nothing else exists.
Right.
Like at all, so it's
Aye.
basically like marketing genius.
Aye, aye.
Because
Oh,
it's
that's
just
really
that's
smart.
it. It's
I
only
quite like
I've
it.
completely made up the word basically, so it's like
Do you know why I quite like that, right? Because I found this YouTuber called Soup, right? And I'm like, this cunt's heavy funny. and he's pure good. But see, every time I look up like soup on YouTube, it comes up like cunts making soup and that. And I'm like, why did this cunt do that?
What does soup do?
Like, he's a mad, like, I sent you a clip of one of his fucking plays games and he's a mad southern cunt.
Right,
and he's just funny, like, shouts at wee guys. Now.
Well, maybe he needs to talk to Hayley and get a bit of marketing.
It was clever, I didn't even mean it. I was just
is it to do with, like, is a lassie?
Alright, Hayley's a lassie. So it's still very, it sounds Glasgow. Like, do you know what I mean?
And do you know what's, like, amazing about it, right? See how, like, if your name was, like, say you made it, like, Hayley Rodriguez or something, you'd be like, oh, that's, like, Latin or something, right? But, like, see, Zalassi, that could be about 7 different things.
Algerian or something.
It's just made up.
I like that.
It's international.
I like that.
International. Baby.
Mrs. International, have you ever thought about changing your name to that?
Mrs. Worldwide.
Mrs. Worldwide. Pitbull's wife.
Pitbull's bump.
No, not really my type.
No, not any Pitbull. Not any Mr. 305.
Nah, fair dues. But, look, you're fresh off playing Subway with Kerry Chandler. So do you want to tell us about that? And also, could you explain, like, because a lot of your audience might not understand, like, who he is, sort of thing. Right. So can you explain how major a thing that is for you? So
Kerry Chandler is like just the Don, isn't he? He's like the king of house, like just pianos and all that. It's everything that I pure love. I love Kerry Chandler. I've always been listening to him, and it's like he's always been like so far away. Aye. Do you know what I mean? Like, in your head, feel like a real human almost. No, it is like pure, like top celeb to me. Aye, totally unattainable. So, getting to that was nuts. Nothing is going to scare me ever again. He was standing behind me for what the majority of my set as well, and I'm just like that.
See when
what the fuck, man? Pure nervous to put a tune on that. I'm like, I was like that, and he's like watching, and he's like, oh, he's pure vibing. I was like,
what was he dancing in
pure
that?
Forgetting that I don't even like. You started to pure forget what I was doing. Like, oh my god.
See, when you DJ with somebody else, do you need to like they hype each other up and that? Have you ever DJed with somebody and they've just been soaring like shake the heat
up? When
I played that, man.
I've not actually DJed with that many other people. I've not done that many like back to backs and all that. I've played with Miz a few times now, but I've not. Well, I did when I was in Ibiza, like when I was doing my season and all that, just pure like in all the wee bars and that. But I've not actually done like many back to backs. I find it quite difficult. Is it hard? Would you rather just be yourself? Aye, because I just kind of like I kind of like plan out a wee bit what I'm doing, so I kind of know where I'm going with things. You know what I mean? So if you're playing back to back with somebody just might play the Venga Boys or something. Whoa!
And it's pure took you off that mad trajectory you were going for.
It's because I play quite slow as well sometimes. So if I'm playing with other people, they might go dead fast, and then I run out of tunes. So like, right, okay, we're getting back then.
Do you ever slow down?
I know I'm going to get a mic soon. I think.
Start singing in that.
They might do a wedding DJ or something. Right, Biffy's home, sir. Hey.
Well, I did because I played my new song as well with Miz. I was going to use Kerry Chandler's mic to sing the vocal bit in it, but I shot it. Obviously.
Can I imagine that being that's quite daunting.
That's scary.
Do you want to tell people what you told me about that set?
I can't remember what I told you about that set.
About maybe, obviously you said you were nervous, but
right, okay, so I had some magic mushrooms.
Class.
After I played.
Class.
New Year's Day and that, start the year off fresh. Let's get into the zone. And then I was for ages, I couldn't feel it. And for ages, and I was like, fuck, these are shite. I was like, this isn't work. And so I'd kind of given up on them, and I was like, oh, whatever, a couple of tequilas. And then I went right in, and then I don't know what happened. It maybe was the mushrooms, but I ended up really, really, really tripping. And then,
maybe it was the mushrooms. May have been the mushrooms.
No, but what I was going to say is like, I don't know, I just had this wee notion in my mind to go and get my USB stick, like, for the back, where my bag was and that. And I just kind of went and got it anyway, do you know what I mean? You never know. And it was, Kerry Chandler was finishing up his set, and I went into the back, and I walked in, and he was like, oh, hey, like, and was like, he's like, I'm going to let Hayley play the last tune, and I was like, all right, okay. And then he was like, yeah, go on, like, plug in. And I was like, right. So I got my USB stick out and I put it in the decks, and I'm not even joking, I couldn't fucking see. I couldn't see, and it was like, I don't know if you know, but when you put the USB sticks into the decks, it comes up like they're usually named, but all 4 of them were no device name. So he's like, everybody's like thinking I'm pure like taking ages to think how much you know. But obviously I know at that moment in time, there's nothing else I'm playing except for my new tune, obviously. But I couldn't find it for ages, and I was like, oh my God, I just couldn't see.
And is it like a wee dial that's like just...
Aye, but it was just because I was like, I was tripping, and then obviously all the lights on the decks and all that, and everything, and then I'm just like, oh my God. So then we started to play, like, we were doing back to back, but I ended up doing like the first two. And I'm like, I honestly don't even know how I managed to do it. Like, sounding all right.
That's an
The
accomplishment.
thing is, with like mushrooms and that, like the more stress you're getting, the harder things get. Do you know what I mean? They don't just start getting easier.
I feel like the more you try and concentrate on one thing, the more fucked it becomes. Know what I mean? Like you can't, if you're trying to work out what that is in your pharmacy.
But then if you want to go zen, I feel like mushrooms make things happen that are supposed to happen.
But it depends what like point you're in the... Like if you're right at the top of the, like if you're peaking on it,
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
was pretty
hard to
tripping.
get shit done.
Yeah, I was.
Can't imagine like hoovering or something.
I was pretty tripping, and I can say that because my mum knows I get a bit tripping. So
Aye.
Yeah,
sorry, mum, but not sorry.
It's good for the heat.
It is.
No, it is.
Sort shit, man.
It's better than, I mean, like, I imagine it would be a lot more like calm and like nice than being pure fleeing out your nuts. Do you not think so?
I've not done that in a while, to be
Have you
honest.
not?
No.
Is that like
No.
What is like what's the worst thing to be on while you're doing it? Like probably something like that.
I mean, probably. I mean, I don't even know if I'd be able to even, like, I've not, like I said, I've not done that in yonks. But no, I think that would be the worst.
See,
Sometimes I'll have a couple of drinks, sound, a wee joint maybe, sound. Mushies. Sound if you do it at the right point to not, but because these were slow burners, it was a bit stressful, but it's fine. We done it, and it was good enough for Kerry Chandler. So
it's good enough for him to then.
Oh, fair enough.
Exactly. Literally, never going to actually be scared about doing it ever again because I've DJ'd with Kerry Chandler standing behind me for.
Do you know any DJs
half an
that
hour.
like just don't get on it at all? Or is it just no?
I mean, there must be
Must
some.
be a mad.
There
must be a
there
mad-
must be some, but there's not many that I hang about with.
I'm trying to think I'm mad like I was trying to think I'm mad like geeky DJs there, and the only kids I could think of was like Chemical Brothers. They were mad geeks, weren't they? Mind them. I imagine them being pure like.
I mean, the thing
Chemical
is-
Brothers, bro.
Is that?
They're definitely taking stuff.
I don't know. They don't just like mad. They don't used to wear shirts and ties, not.
I bet.
I don't like to be like pure. Like, do you know what I mean? I only drink tequila as well because it's clean, and I'll have a couple of tequilas before I play. I like to be kind of, or maybe like a wee Corona or something.
How's
Do you know what I
clean?
mean?
Like, what's clean about it?
Clean tequila.
It's not got any added.
It's
shit in it.
meant to be the only alcohol that's not It's meant to be the only alcohol that's not a depressant. So like,
Ooh, I
it
didn't
doesn't.
know that.
You don't have as much of a hangover the next day.
Likes to
Yeah,
party.
so I just drink white tequila with soda water and fresh lime, so I'm like staying hydrated and all that at the same
I
time.
actually never used to touch tequila until we went to Mexico, and that was like all I drank when I was there.
Does
and
that-
now
No,
when I
it's
came
good.
back, I buy
You
that.
don't,
if
and you
I'm-
don't get the same kind of hangover.
Do you
No,
not?
you don't.
I've been
no,
there
It's
some
a
high.
mad different booze and all. You get
I've
people buzzing.
never drank tequila and had a normal night in my life,
Aye.
but like
It's because
anytime.
you're drinking it with other stuff. but do you know what I
You're
mean?
right, man.
See, if
I
you
need to
just
get on
drink-
that tequila diet.
Do you know what? I went back to after platform 18. I was at that, and then I went back to a Gaff, and the cunt was like, "Yeah, you need to try this." A shot of tequila and then a shot of pineapple juice,
Aye.
and it just like
Takes the taste away.
aye, completely.
It's like a wee Verdita, know how you get to Maxis?
Aye,
And you
I think
have you
I
ever
got
had a tequila Verdita?
I think so. Aye.
So I used to work in Maxis. So they have like, it's a shot of tequila and then a shot of pineapple juice, but then it's got like chili and stuff in it as well,
Aye,
so it's
aye.
green, so it's
Aye.
like double and it just gets rid of the taste quick.
Aye,
straight away.
completely. Aye, because in Mexico they done that and all. They brought out like a bowl of chili, a bowl of like chili flakes, or a bowl of like salt. Not like my different shit that you might take with it. I feel didn't
High
understand
tech.
it. I just drank it.
What's
all
the what, like? Is there no tequila that's got like a worm in it? Is that right?
That's mezcal, aye.
maybe.
You into that?
My mum and dad went to Mexico like way back before I was even born, and my dad always tells me to try mezcal.
It's nice.
But I don't. It's just kind of similar. Smells a wee
it's
bit
the
like
same.
tequila, but I've just not really tried it.
I couldn't. Like, I had it. I was in a mad liquor shop there, and it was one, and it had a scorpion in it, like a big scorpion that size. And I was like, "So what do you do with that?" And he's like, "Finish a bottle and eat that." I was like, "No, you don't."
I
don't
think that
believe
makes
it.
you. That's the strongest bit.
Is it?
Because it absorbs like all the alcohol. So
Right,
it's
and the
just
venom and
like
that.
it'd be like doing a bush tucker trial, but that's what they used to do in Tingle.
Tingle?
They used to have the shots, and there was a shot called the Bush Tucker Trial, and that's what it was.
Had
the
a wee worm in it,
and
I used to work in, like, see how obviously Tingo is like up that wee like lane. I used to work in House of Fraser, and their staff entrances there.
Aye.
And I remember like that my first day, like everybody's like, we're all going to Tingo for lunch now, and I was like I think I was like 16 or 17, and like they all went in and all that, and they weren't even boozing, they were just getting food, and they were like, can we check all your IDs? And I actually had to leave, like just go and sit myself on my lunch and like senior accepted. How grim is that?
Sitting at Pizza Hut with a wee tiny pizza.
Oh, it was so grim, man, so grim. But
no, I used to work in Sugo as well, so
Aye, that's doing the same lane, innit?
right there.
right there, man. But see, even just going back, obviously you're fucking playing with Kerry Chandler now. Things are potting off.
I
Would
know.
it be fair to say?
Things are popping off.
Things are potting off. But
I don't think they could pop off more than that, to be honest.
Let's just say they've popped.
It's popped.
It's popped. But see, like when you were younger than that, were you always into dance music?
Aye, so like, so the first time I like probably experienced like dance music was like my mum used to take me to Tea in the Park. So I've been going to Tea in the Park since I was 13, and so it was probably about maybe like year 2 or 3. So maybe I was about 16, and that's when I used to go and like take my pal with me. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
My mum would be away going to see all the bands, and then I would just like sneak into the slam tent. And it was the first time I ever got proper into dance music. It was Calvin Harris.
Oh
no, wait, and he was playing, it was the King Tut's tent. And sorry mum, but somebody gave me half an eckie for the first time ever, right? And I remember like just being in the middle of the tent, and it's now I feel so close to you.
Yeah.
And I'm just
What a good time to take your first
and
day.
that tune's actually about the Lord. Did you know that?
It's about the good God himself.
Honestly, it was mental, but I think that was it.
That's a
Calvin
mad-
Harris, eh?
That's a mad, that's a pure class time to take your first day.
Aye.
Like, it's so much
But
better.
then I don't really feel like I remember it. I don't actually feel that. I don't feel like that was my first one, because I remember
Aye.
my first one.
Your first
after
real
that,
one.
Aye.
My pal's first time he took an eckie was in the slam tent, and I was with him, but I had like for the past like couple of years I had been doing it, but it was like him, and he was like, I'm going to take a day, I'm going to take one a day, and we were in, and it was at Clouds, mind you.
No.
Techno icons. No, it was like them up when I heavy like them, right? But and it
What
was
kind
like,
of like?
it's like techno,
Right, okay.
And but they mixed in, like they took a bit for a tune by the Streets, and like it's called Turn the Page, and they done that, and it's like also it's obviously the Streets talking that, and me and my pal heavy love the Streets, and he was sitting looking at me, and I just turned around, and he was just sitting like staring right at me, and he was like, this is the best, mate. This is the best. And I was like, that must have been a pure surreal moment for him.
Aye, for it to happen there, like, that's what I imagine you felt like. But you're saying that doesn't feel like your first
so
one.
I don't remember feeling anything off it.
No.
Like it was. See, when I say it must have been a tiny wee bit or whatever, but we'd obviously been having a wee drink.
Wee bit of dust.
And aye, but then the first time I remember like going out and proper raving, because this is the thing is, there's no point in even saying that you don't get on it, right? Especially as a DJ, because I don't believe that anybody really gets into dance music without being a raver. Do you know what I mean? So I went to the Archies. It was on a Sunday night, and it was like Axwell. And it was Axwell playing Face Swedish House Mafia. And I just remember, being my boyfriend at the time. I remember I was on his shoulders and everything, and I was pure swinging like my clothes about and everything. Like, just remember it being like, and I think hands down probably. It's got to be one of the best nights of your life when you first experience that.
First one, because like you've lived your whole life.
Not knowing that this is a thing.
Like we guys like scolding a goal at football and all that, you're like, this is the best, and then like you take an egg and you're like, oh no, this is the best. I took my first one at a fucking 16th birthday party, like, and I remember, was it an 18th or a 16th? Can't remember. I think it was 18 and I was like 15.
I was the same.
And I remember like walking about. I remember, right. Now I've changed my ways, guys. Right before I say this, there was a boy who had a girlfriend at the time.
Right.
No, I had sort of been talking to this girl, right?
Oh.
And this girl made a lot of false promises to me, Hayley. She
that's a
said,
shame.
I'm ready to leave him. I'm ready to risk it all for you, Evan. that didn't end up actually happening.
Right.
So this boy, he kind of knew about this, and he was like, it was like a thing. And I remember being pure ripping, and I was like, can I talk to you a minute, bro? And I was pure, mate, we need to sort this shit out, mate. What's this for a bit? Not when your actual sound is fucked, mate. And like, I was like, see, the next day I was like, what the fuck? But it did sort it, so.
Aye, mate, it sorts everything.
It does sort it.
Because you get all that lovey-dovey way, do you know what I
Aye.
mean? When you're sitting with your pals in a house and you're like, I love you, man. I love you so much. Like,
Do you know the first time
Fixating.
I was thinking, I don't know if this is the first time I took one, but you were saying like it was an 18th when you were like younger than that. It was like me, right? And I was at this house party, and this cunt I didn't know, it was an older cunt, had hunters at Eckies, right? But he had like lost them, like he had like, they had fell or something, and there was like 8 Eckies sitting about like a bad Easter egg hunt, right? And the mad lassie whose house it was going, my dog's going to find them, we need to, my dog's going to eat them, we need to find them the new. And it was like a mad hang now that way, every day stopped all day, and they were all looking under carpet, under there, bro, no, under there, like pulling out the telly and all that, and like see every cunt that found one ate it straight away. Oh, I'll just take this. The dog doesn't get it. Aye, mate, I'll just get rid of it. And I found like the last one, and I hadn't taken an Eckie before, and the cunt was like, aye, mate, just grub that in. I was like, it's like a mad Tesla or something. I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll go for it, mate. But that was
Phil
like a mad.
Wine?
What?
Phil Wine, first goal?
I went for one first goal, but I don't know. See,
Jesus.
like, if I was ever advising anybody, I would say take a half. No, it's a funny story,
No,
actually.
if I was advising anybody forever, stay safe, kids. Always.
I would say don't take
always
them
take a
because
half.
see what I say to cunts it, like if like a wee guy, I'm saying that as if wee guys come up and ask me like,
What should I do with Eckies?
if anybody ever asks me like my weighing and all that, I'm going to say don't do it because you'll heavy love it.
No, that's
because it's
the
the pure
thing.
best thing ever. Like don't do it.
It's too good. And see, I worked in when I came back from Vietnam, I worked in a high school, like doing like youth work. Like when I was at uni, and what you could go
I
lunch
was just
at.
going
It's
to
just-
lunch it, but
Nah, don't do that. It's got coffee in
Don't.
it. But I was
Imagine
working.
that.
I should tell us about Eric Chandler. No, but I was working in a high school, and we were youth workers, so like we had to be more like open with shit in terms of like we had to like be that mad. You wouldn't go up and ask a teacher about taking drugs.
What a fun uncle.
Aye. Like we had to be like, oh, come here, you want to jump in after school? No?
See if you want to smoke it, just do it when you're with me in school.
So I remember we were sitting in this lassie. It was called like the youth wing, right? So like it was like we had our own wee bit that people would come down to, and this lassie got sent down, and she was just asking all sorts. She's like, "What's sex like?" Just Google it, right? But then there was a bunch of kids sort of room, and they were like all sitting in this room, and I remember they were like me and Sean Ewart were sitting. Like, I worked with Sean, right? So they're sitting, and they're like that. Like, can we ask you stuff? And we're like, aye, if you want. And we're like, right. But we said, look, what you say to us goes no further. So like, you didn't ask us about this, but also what we say to you doesn't go any further.
How old are these?
High school, like third, fourth to fifth
Right,
year sort of
okay.
age, and they're all sitting. But there's a variety of ages and like that. So, what's it like taking ecstasy, right? And I was like, look, I said, my advice to you would be don't take any drugs, right? But I said, but people said that to me when I was at school, and that didn't work, right? So I said,
So here's free for a tenner.
so I said, if you're gonna, then take a wee bit to see what, and then wait ages and see what it does. Don't take a full. A lassie for the group went home and said, there was a guy in school today telling us to take half an egg. And I got pulled into a meeting with the head teacher and all that, and I was like, I didn't say that. But I'm just lucky the
Mate,
teacher was sound, like they understood. But
Imagine the teachers like that. Aye, so like when I first heard that, I didn't believe it, but then I found these TikToks that you've been making.
Wayne used to blackmail me with them. They were like that. See, if you don't get us to meet Lewis Capaldi, I'm going to show head teacher all your TikToks. I was like, I don't fucking know Lewis Capaldi, mate.
That sounds like you problem.
You better sort that out, mate.
You don't want this getting leaked to the UK. Mate, I was thinking about something the other day. Do you ever remember, well, I'm saying you remember, but did you ever know anybody that had mad huge eyelids?
What? Oh, like you could tuck them in?
Aye, that mad thing.
Like we used to flip them. I used to do that.
No.
Did you?
It was just.
Can you still do it?
No, I mean maybe, but I'm not. Don't no chance.
See my head teacher. It wasn't even my head teacher. It was
Your
like
head teachers did
it.
it?
Was like the head of the year or the deputy head or something. But we call him Fanny Eyes because his eyes all like this. Like actual like that.
Oh, man,
it looked like he shouldn't be allowed in motor vehicles and shit. It looked like he shouldn't be allowed. Like it looked.
Like they say we snacks.
It just looks like all he can see is like this much. You know what I mean?
Aye.
Because his eyes were always like that.
That's unfortunate.
But I've not seen somebody with mad huge eyelids in ages, and I was
Sounds
wondering
like sounds like a bit of inbreeding, mate. I'll be
so.
honest, aye.
No,
Some
that sounds like
bummer-like
you.
inbreeding.
That sounds like you, probably.
Aye, you better go and find their people, Jamie.
I've been looking for them, mate. I've been looking for fanny eyes for ages.
You might find them, mate, one day. But so after, you're in the arches, you're swinging those clothes about, your is that what you said? You're swinging your clothes about?
I think I had like an overshirt on, do you know what I mean?
Sweating and that, right? So like, see, for that moment, you're like, I want to be a fucking DJ. Or like, like when you were in school, did you have like a different plan for your life for that? Or?
I mean, right, so I used to do like, when I was in school, when I was like a young teenager, I used to go to like stage school, right? And I used to do like pantomimes and all that.
Oh,
did you actually?
I used to do the pantomime in the SCCC at Christmas.
Dynamite.
So it was great. I used to get like, week after school.
I used to go there
to go and do the pantomime.
I used to go there all the time. I used to always go to the pantomime every year, right? And I went because my granda worked in the post office, and they got given like tickets to give out to like family and all that. So it was like 10 fucking weddings for
you
like
might put them through people's doors and it's just like
and when you went there, you always got given like a mad glow stick and a selection box, right, all the time. And I just thought that was standard for a pantomime, but apparently it's no, because I was talking to my girlfriend. She was like, "Oh, I got a selection box all day," and I was like, "Oh, they have it around me at a pantomime." She was like, "Why?" Like, I thought every cunt got it. It's a mad specific pantomime. But sorry, I see you worked in. You were in the pantomimes.
I was in the pantomimes. No, but I used to go to the pantomime review at the pavilion, and I used to end up with like, and I was, but just off topic again. But I used to go with like my gran, and then my gran used to be part of this like women's club or whatever, and it was just all the grands and all the Waynes would go, and it was fucking brilliant.
That's the same as my experience. Did you get a selection box?
I don't remember getting a selection box, but I remember getting the light up hang, and then I remember them selling ice cream. selling ice cream at the front. But so basically, I used to go to pantomimes and shit, and then obviously and I remember actually, I don't know if I would say I always wanted to be a DJ, because I didn't know what a DJ was at that time, but I did always want to I used to do all this. The talent shows in school and that, and I used to sing and everything, like pure performative. It's I don't know what you call that, but so you've never been like shy of that. Like, I mean, I don't think I'm. I don't know. I can be shy, obviously, but obviously not. When you get on that stage, it's obviously a fucking different show. But I used to do it. I used to do it every year, like singing all that and everything, and then I stopped doing that. I stopped like performing and singing because I was all right, but I never I went on X Factor once. I was 16.
Is there videos in it?
No, it's not. I didn't get that far. But I had to. I don't know. I just didn't do well, and then I just was like, no, I'm giving this up. Do you know what I mean?
What was it like on X Factor? Did you what did you sing in that?
So basically, I think I sang Kanye West Heartless.
Oh, that's a bold move.
Yeah. But no, I sang two.
No auto-tuning that.
That's all auto-tuning.
You're not getting a preview.
That's so bold.
But that, and I done a cover of, it was The Killers when we were young.
Oh, they're
it
too
was like
good.
the Noisettes version. If you've heard that.
I've no, but
is it more emotional?
That wee bit, it's just a wee bit more female, a wee bit more sassy.
I like that. I like that as a karaoke tune, that, when you were young.
Aye, it's a good one.
My pal Kieran sings that in a karaoke, Kieran Hughes, and there's a mad video I've got for the Gut Craig, a mad boozer and Ridgely. I know that is. I feel dive, right? And Kieran's like up singing that, right? And know how the bit it goes, when you, and there's a mad pause. Someone got in the back and goes, Kieran Hughes! He's like, we're young and he's heavy bad at it, but he's a mad performer. Know what I mean? He gets cunts for God,
he believes in himself.
Everybody's been buzzing off him.
I wouldn't say I'm like a performer, but I don't know, I just do these things. I don't know. I can't explain it. But the X Factor was weird. Like you need to go and you need to wear the same clothes every day, even though it's not more than one day, so that it looks like it's one day.
Aye. Do you end up your stinking in that?
Sleep outside.
No, I didn't. But it was like It was just weird, man. I'm actually so fucking glad that never worked out.
Aye.
Honestly.
Did you get like in front of like Simon and that, or was it like
No. There's about 5 or 6 before you even get anywhere near them.
I remember like a girl I remember in primary school, like my girlfriend at the time was going for it, and I was like, she's the best singer in the world, she's going to win it and all that. And she went and she's like, didn't get through. I was like, it's a fucking scam.
It's a fucking joke.
No, but the day they started asking me questions about like, how's your family life?
Because they wanted
a mad sob story, and I think that was like the first kind of time I realised that, oh my god, this is like
terrible, my mom fucking
I know, my mum's waiting for me at the side. You know what I mean? Like, my mum just fucking
You still went in stuttering with mad hat.
I'll come out, right, and you put me in a headlock, right?
That was shite. They don't put you through your teeth. Aye, but no.
You made it. You're through.
So you've done X Factor didn't work out.
And then I started going out. Do you know what I mean? So that was when the singing kind of stopped. Do you know what I mean? I just kind of put patch going out, and I just like did do whatever. And then I just went out, and then I don't know. I mean, I actually applied to do sound production when I was 17, when I was leaving school. So I always kind of knew I was into it. Do you know what I mean? I used to see like people, like videos of people doing all the like making tunes and computers and that, and I'd be like, oh my god, that looks pure fucking amazing.
Aye.
Like, and then I didn't do it. I went and done a different course because it was in Paisley. And I couldn't be arsed going to Paisley every day. No, I just couldn't be arsed. I was like, I didn't get a bus and a train. No.
Fuck Paisley.
I was like, nah. So I went and done something else. And then I went back to it because I kind of knew I'd always wanted to do it. But I'm actually glad that I went back to it. I went back to do it when I was like 22, 21, 22. But I'm glad I went back older. Because it meant I probably actually pure knew I wanted to do it. The first time I went to college after school.
You figured out how to get to Paisley.
But do that way when you first go to like when you're like 18 and that, you just want to go out anyway. So I pure like my first college course that I did, I just ended up like it was fun and it was good, but I was just out all the time. So
and you went travelling as well, didn't you?
That was just after I came back that I went to do that.
Where were you travelling?
I went to Thailand, Cambodia, Bali, and then back to Thailand.
That's class.
Is that good?
It was class.
Do you know how like when you travel like that, you come back with a pure different perspective and like what it heals like? Like it pure changes your mind.
It's mad because like I was actually talking about this today. Like I feel that I'd be too scared to go and do that now, because see when I went, it was like. This is going to sound mental, but there was 8 of us that went all at the same time.
8 pals?
8 lasses, right? All for school. We went away. And how when you've been away places, haven't you? I don't know. But anyway, you book hostels, right? So it was great because it was 8 years, so we could just book the full room. So we'd be booking 8 people rooms, and it was just me and all my pals. But oh my god, you've never seen mess like it in your fucking life. See, 8 pals staying in the one room, and then sometimes it would maybe like a 10-person dorm. There's 8 of us, and there's some poor guy in the back up there, and we're pure like fucking taking over the whole thing. But no, it was.
The only one time I was staying in a hostel was in London, right, and see the bed I had, there was a big fat cunt on the bed above me, mate. Like, and I actually remember waking up and it was just a cunt like stretching like that, and his belly was out and all that. And I was like, "Oof, man, what is going on here?" It was a pure like shock to my system. Know what I mean? So I've never been back in a hostel, but
I mean the hostels over there are like cool, but. Do you know what I mean? It's a good way to meet people and all that. It's cracking.
Where was your favourite place?
My favourite place? I went to Pai in the north of Thailand, which is like a wee town, like up loads and loads of hills. Like there's like something stupid, like 1,000 U-turns up to this wee bit. And I was only meant to go for a few days, and I ended up staying for like a month. Just in this one wee tiny bit.
That's class,
it was good. It was good because it wasn't too hot at night. That's why I quite liked it, 'cause it's up high, and then it would be.
See as well, what you're saying is interesting. Like you're like, I couldn't go and do that now. Do you know how like when you're that age, you're so much braver?
You're
and I think it's because you're not like as aware of like life. Like you're a bit more like naive, so you're just like, fuck it, let's go for it, man. Like.
I don't know, it's mad, but I think I would, I don't know if I've got the balls to do something like that anymore. I mean, because I went with, there was 8 of us that went, I was with all my pals anyway, so that made it a bit easier, but I ended up actually being on my own for a month because my pals all went to Australia. And then my other pal, Carly, that I was with, she broke her knee in Cambodia, so I had to get her from Cambodia back to Bangkok to get a flight home.
Sounds like an action thriller.
No, it was honestly mental because she's fucked her knee, right? And they couldn't, like, we went to the health place. And they're like, oh yeah, it's broken.
The health place? Hospital?
Well, no, but it was in Cambodia, but there wasn't a hospital.
Oh, is there
so
not?
I couldn't find one.
It's just like a guy. He's just like, hi, I'm there, a guy in a hut. Hi, what's up?
And they went and they were like that. The first time we went, they were like, oh no, it's fine. And they gave her some painkillers and sent her away. And they didn't even give her crutches, right? And I'm like, right, we need crutches. But then she got crutches and they were like the pure old things. Like the ones that are, like the two, like the kind of almost
like
wooden looking ones. And then, so this is a funny thing as well, actually. So they gave her, my mum's a nurse, right? So they gave her all the tablets, and I'm like taking photos of all these tablets and I'm sending them to my mum, and I'm like, right, mum, what are these, right? And she's like, oh, they ones, oh, they're basically a sleeping tablet. And I was like, right. So me and Carly, right, Carly's fucked her knee. I'm thinking, we didn't know it was actually broken at this point. We thought she just fucked it. Right. And we'd booked this room in this hostel. And then I just like gave her loads of the sleeping ones so that I could go out.
These are the painkillers.
No, I didn't like doing it much better. I was like, right, Carly, take 2 of them, and then Carly would go to sleep for a bit, and I'd just pop my head in every few hours and just make sure that she's all right.
You could have a Maddie McCann situation in your hands, by the way.
No, it was fine. I had to keep that. It was all right.
She was fine. She's still alive, eh?
Carly as well.
How's her knee?
Carly as well. She's alright. I think she's actually still got a swollen knee.
Really?
It was bad.
I think that might be something to do with not taking the right medication at the time or something.
But then we went back to the doctor place like the 2 days after, right? And she got another X-ray, and that's like, no, it's broke. And we're like, fuck. Like, I thought I'm really sorry, Carly. I really thought.
4 sleeping tablets is double that dose, man.
I thought you were going to. I thought she was going to get better, right? And then, that way she had to leave then. So she was. I can't obviously carry on my trip.
Sleep it off.
I know, but I had to then get my best pal in 2 fucking massive bags for Cambodia to Bangkok while she's in crutches. Right. And I'm not joking, nobody gave a fuck. You'd be waiting to get on a bus and they wouldn't even let you go in first or nothing.
See, in Asia, they don't do queues. It's
No.
just like, they'll just like, it's even at airports and that. See, like, now here, it's like the check-in queue. And then you like go up and it's like everybody's like, no, I was here. Scottish people are very queue oriented.
I think it's a British thing, isn't it?
It might be a British thing, but like when you're there, it's just like everybody just goes and it's just like you get on when you get on.
I would feel pure like, I think like that kind of rings a bell to me, like being some places that's pure. Like just a big queue and then whoever's like at the front goes first kind of thing. And it makes me pure. I always go like, oh sorry, and like let people go in front of me just because they're there. Like,
there's a place in Vietnam we went on holiday with Mustang and it was it's like Phu Quoc. And we were coming back and like it was like a 5 a.m. flight, and I remember like so much shit went wrong. The flight was delayed and all that, and I remember I was in like we were like the only like white people in the whole airport basically, right? This wee island in Vietnam, and like we're waiting in the queue and like all these Vietnamese people are like barging past me and all that, and I like Erin's like very like she wouldn't want me to like cause a fuck, and I was like, mate, get to fuck that, like pure shouting like they obviously don't have a clue what I'm saying. Not I mean pure Scottish, but mate, what you fucking do?
That is intimidating.
Erin was like that Goni actual. No, I was like, you were just getting me here.
Mate, what jinx the most like shouty language? I think German.
German.
Because I remember there was a guy, I was in Berlin and there was a guy like, and he was like this homeless guy, but like he was asking for dough off country, but he was like he helped everybody. So like I was like trying to
blackmail you into it then.
So I was like trying to buy a ticket to get on a train. Right now it's pure like. In Germany, if you just buy like any train ticket, you can go anywhere near enough. It's pure good. Like it's just like you pay
German efficiency.
So I was like just trying to get from like the east to the west, and this guy and he came up and he was like, "Give me that," and he pure shouted like, and he took like my money and he put it in. And like typed it all in and done that, and he went up to the doors and done go mate, pure shouting mad German shit at me, and I was like right, and he was like. Before the doors were shutting, man, I just handed them a wee $5 at the doors shut. It was quite a beautiful moment. But
their language is very demanding. Even when they're just talking, you're like, whoa.
He was the nicest guy in the world, mate.
Is that German efficiency though? It's like the language is engineered to be like to the point. It's near like sugarcoating.
Mate, I've got something actually. See the word for diarrhea in German. It's called fall through. That's what it like translates to, fall through.
It like explains what it does.
Just straight away, just like that shit falls through, bro. Know what I mean?
That's those Germans. So like you came back for travelling, and then so how like what kind of stuff did you do to try and start DJing? Like, what were your first sort of like gigs?
So what
or,
did I
like,
do? So like, right. So I came back from travelling, and then I applied to go and do the sound production course. So I did sound production. So I actually started making tunes before I started DJing. So I went to college and done it, and then I got my decks and stuff like that, you know what I mean, fat student loan, right buying, fucking getting the equipment. And then I just kind of started recording me mixes and that, and then there was like a couple of people I knew in Glasgow that were doing it, and then they would like, and then I think somebody sent me a thing for a competition. Oh my god.
You just remembered something?
My first gig was in Motherwell.
Was
Yes.
Fun part!
My first gig was in
Where
Motherwell.
was it?
I can't remember. It was in a mad warehouse thing. It was a mad, so it was like a competition, and it was like you submitted like a mix. It was half an hour or something like that, and then they said I'd won it, and I got to play it. So I got to play that, and that was the first time I DJ'd.
I think they're into that.
I done a wee pre-party in Nico's before it, after I'd won.
Nico's
is a good start.
So see, I wanted to ask you as well, right? Because we've only ever had male DJs on here, right? And I wanted to ask you, do you think it's harder or easier for girls coming through? Because
probably a bit easier now.
Because the way I was thinking about it was, right, you would think like, oh, it's easier, it's male dominated, there's more guys, but at the same time, it might be easier to get noticed if you're a lassie because there's not as many. Because
it's all about inclusive lineups and everything now. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not going to beat around the bush.
Knocked it off.
Aye.
I do say that I'm the fanny booking sometimes.
We need a bird.
I'm like, they need a fanny booking.
Actually, she's got Lassie in her
I'm to my
name.
agent, I'm like, right, you need a fanny booking.
Your old head teacher's like, I'll come down.
Use it to your advantage, do you know what I mean?
Aye.
I still believe you've got to be good. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, of
There's
course,
got to be
aye.
like substance
You've
there,
got-
like, you can't turn
aye.
up and just be shy.
But see when you
Totally.
see the mad old lineups, and it was like, see like mad old teen apart lineups, and it's just
All
mad
guys.
guys, man. It's actual mad to look
It is,
at.
but it is mad when you think about it. And then there's obviously this whole thing now about like it being 50-50 and stuff like that. But like you've got to admit, there is going to be more guys that are doing it.
Aye.
Now, when I studied sound production, I was one lassie, and it was about 60 boys.
Aye.
So
Aye,
like,
So like that's
it's
naturally going to happen if there's more.
there's
aye.
naturally going to be more. I mean, I think now obviously it's class because lassies can do it, and they can like you'll get recognised and you'll get a chance to do it. But you need to get more females into it
Aye, of course,
first.
aye.
I suppose.
Aye.
So
I feel like there's more and more girls getting into it now though. Like
Yeah.
I feel like even in the past maybe like 3 years, I
Yeah,
would say, like
probably.
you see more and more female DJs, and they're getting booked a lot more as well now,
Yeah.
which I find it is a good thing.
And then
It
like
is.
because like you and like other people like you're doing it, and it's like younger lassies that are into it will see that and be like, that's just
Exactly.
like a lassie for Tintin.
Aye, my mum, I know my mum says that to me. No, well, I'm not for Tintin. I'm a wee bird for the bricks.
The Briggs.
No, but no, it's good. And my mum says this to me. She's like, "You're a good role model," and I think, well, that's good. Maybe not when the first thing I've spoke about on here is taking eckies.
Aye, but your own
sorry,
Reilly's,
mum.
Gaff, but-
I know.
Aye.
I
It would
know.
be rude not to
I know
mention it.
that's the first thing that my mum's going to say to me after she watches this. She's going to go that. Did you really need to talk about drugs straight away?
My mother has watched half an episode of this podcast.
Aye.
Because
Right.
she
Well,
was
my mum's a pure big fan of mine, so my mum will be watching this and
see,
she'll be criticising me
Mama-
for it later.
No, my mum does like me. She just does me like hearing me going, I was fucking fine.
Well, obviously not.
Aye,
I mean,
my
but
gran
sorry,
watches-
mum. I've kind of managed
Sorry,
to make
Mum.
it my job.
We're cool.
Not taking eckies. Obviously, that's not my job.
That's your job.
But-
Icky tester.
But no,
You've got
like,
a shift test nakes.
because of that, that's now why I do what. Not why. I'm
Aye.
not saying that's
No,
why.
but it
I
goes
do.
hand in
You
hand.
do
but-
owe Eckies a good bit.
You do, because it makes you hear and feel music differently, doesn't it? And
Aye.
it's like you feel it more than that.
I kind of wanted to talk about that. I've definitely noticed that, like, I've not took, I couldn't tell the last Ecki I took, but like, I've noticed that I don't even enjoy the events really as much because I feel like
Aye.
I feel like I got into it because I was like fleeing and being like, oh,
Aye.
and like you pure feel the tunes, and then
Aye.
see when that stopped, I was like going to events and I'd be like, oh, it's good, but like I just don't feel. I feel like something's missing,
Yeah.
and then that's
So you're
obviously
not
what's
pure
missing.
connected to it.
Aye.
Like I was watching that Desert Island Discs, right, and that guy was talking about The only reason I seen it was because we were talking about that tune Voodoo Ray earlier on.
Oh, aye.
People love that tune, right? And this cunt had that as his number one. And he said, like, it was like, oh, when I listened to it when I was sober, I was like, what is this nonsense? That was like pure starter house music, wasn't it? Like
Aye.
pure one of the first tunes. And then he was like, but then I went to Hacienda and I took an Ecce and that tune came on and I was like, this is the best song ever. Like,
But
bar none.
it definitely does make it sound different. But I feel like I can channel that now. Do you know what I mean? Especially if I'm like just DJing in the house to prepare for stuff or whatever. I can kind of like. You can kind of put yourself into the headspace of being on the dance floor. That's what I do anyway.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
That just probably comes with experience of doing it, but I know, doesn't it?
Experience of raving.
Aye,
Like, do you know what I mean? Just
you've been like the consumer, so you know what you want,
I've
sort of thing.
been the consumer so many places.
Aye. all other places, Motherwell.
Aye, Motherwell, that was just the
Tesco.
start. That was just the start. But no, like gun I beef and all that and everything. Do you know what I mean? I've been to all the places that I ever wanted to, like. That's how I know it, like DJing is just, oh my god, it's class. Remember I went to when I was in DC10 and Ibiza and you're on the terrace. Have you been?
No.
Have you been? No. Right, well anyway, it's class. But like just like being in amongst like the crowd and just like it just being like it's just you're just the coolest, no offense, but you're the coolest fucking person there. And you're one playing the tunes. Aye, so it's good.
So
You control people.
When so obviously you're like starting to get these like wee slots or whatever, but when did you start feeling like, oh, like I'm actually going to like make something of this, like I can feel something happening here?
I feel like, so I did Fly Open Air last year, not last year, year before, so 2 years ago, and I opened the stage. And that was nuts. That was mental because that's like the ones that like Fly Open Air. It's where you used to see all the 40s fame, people on that stage and everything. And I was like, what the fuck, man? This is crazy. What? Right? And then, so, but the week before I had done that, I had done Transmit, right? And I get booked for Transmit and I get booked to do the Boogie Bar. And when they said to me it was the Boogie Bar, I'm thinking it was going to be like, know how when you go to like T in the Park or whatever, and it's like the wee Red Bull tents, like a wee small thing.
It's like 30 people in it.
I thought it was going to be a small thing, and then I went on the Saturday with my mum, and I was playing on the Sunday. And I went on a Saturday and I saw it and I was like, oh, what the fuck? I was like, no, and because I went about the time that I was going to be playing, and it was Beth that was DJing it when I went, and I just remember like I couldn't even get in. I couldn't get into the stage.
What is that? I don't remember it.
The Boogie Bar.
It's just like a big raised.
It's just like a big, it's like containers.
And it's got like the Smirnoff Ice bar and all that's underneath it.
Aye, it's got the bar, but I thought it was going to be like a wee bit. Like I thought I was maybe going to have like a wee. I thought it was going to be like a wee.
Because it sounds just like a
the
wee
Boogie
bar.
Aye. And this was the first time it had been like obviously Transmit hadn't been on in a while, but it's so funny because I went on the Saturday with my mum and I had went and done like. I went and got a can of dragon soup on the way in. I don't know why, because I don't even drink that.
Pure caffeine.
But do you know that way I kind of felt like I felt like a wee bit nervous. I went, and I was with my mum and my boyfriend, and I got a can of dragon soup, went in, and then my mum went to the bar and she got a vodka Red Bull, and I was like, that's all you could get. So I'm pure like buzzing, and then I'm not even joking. I had a panic attack.
Really?
I had a panic attack because I seen how many people were there, and I was like freaking out, and I was like in pure holding my mum's hand in the crowd, like, Mum, I don't feel good. This is last year, do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, what the fuck? And I was having a pure panic attack, but then I realised it wasn't actually a panic attack. I just had so much sugar and so much caffeine that I just was pure like going for ages. And then I went home that night and I was like, oh my God, I was freaking out because I was like, this isn't a wee gig, this is a big gig. And I was like,
and you'd been treating it as just like just a wee bit.
No, because Open Air was the week after, so I was thinking that was going to be the big one. Do you know what I mean?
Just
the first
play this
big
wee
one.
and get warmed up for that.
Aye, and then I saw the crowd and I was like, fuck. And then so I went home that night and I think my heart was still going, like honestly, to about 2 a.m. And I was like, oh no, my tune's only like pumping enough, because I was like thought it was going to be small, so I was going through my playlist and all that, and I was like. Made it, and then I woke up in the morning, I'm not even joking, you'd think I was about to play a techno set when I woke up in the morning, because I must have been like looking at my tunes with my heart pure racing and for the night before. But then I woke up in the morning, fixed it, did the gig, and I think that was probably the first time that I done like anything like that felt huge.
Aye,
do you know what I mean? Because it was like a big massive crowd. Aye. So that was class.
And see during it, did something not happen? Something quite crazy, and you had to turn the tunes off for a wee while?
Oh, this was this year.
All right, okay.
So that was the first year I did it.
Oh, sorry,
so I've done it twice now.
So what do you want to tell people what ended up happening when you played this year?
There was big, massive scrap like going on. It happened about 3 or 4 times. But the guy that was putting the stage on fucking loved me because I actually kept pulling the music down and going, stop it! Everybody stop it! And as if like they could hear me.
They know what shit.
No, but it was horrible to watch. Like, do you know that way I was looking out and then you just start seeing like people moving, and you just know that way start seeing people getting their necks like swung, and they were all flying about, and I was like, I'm not going to carry on
just
playing
playing
tunes
that,
when there's like wee guys getting absolute smashed out there. So I just kept, I was like, I felt like I was like conditioning all the veins, like, right, no, stop it.
You should have played that mad Benny Hill music. Just to go with it.
I've got that.
I've got to end with that.
But no, it was like crowd control. Do you know what I mean? But like, no, it was bad.
Do you know? I think like whenever people talk about, if you talk to people about Transmit and you say, "There's hardly a fights at it," so cunts always just go, "Fuck wee bams at Transmit."
It's a young crowd.
Well, that's the thing as well about doing that gig, because see when you're there, it is about 1,000 15-year-olds in front of you, because like I think you only need to be 13 to go to Transmit with an over 18.
Aye, but like something like your big brother or something.
Aye, do you know what I mean? But so it is. It's just it was just kids. I posted like a TikTok and it was me closing it, and I played like it was like a pure old trance tune that I love. It was System F, Cry, and I was pure like, see if I heard this at a rave, because I knew it was the kind of right one, because it like all the like it was Glasgow and it was a mix of ages and stuff like that, and so I played that. But then all the comments in TikTok were just like, they don't deserve this banger. That crowd is dead. They don't know this stuff and all that. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, that's a shame. But then I know that there's
going to be a few
older
out there
people,
that is going to,
the older ones
people,
are going to be at the back, not scrapping. Do you know what I mean? So you need to play to everybody in that situation.
You can't just be like Jamie who's got to whack Benny Hill. Just fucking play to the bams, man.
I actually had somebody come up to me after I played Transmit last year and say to me in the pub, and somebody come up to me, I saw you at Transmit. I really think you should just stay true to what you play on your SoundCloud and that. I'm like, right, okay, I get it, but I'm also playing to like the full of Glasgow's under 18 population that want to go out. Do you know what I mean? So you're going to need to like, you're going to need to change it.
You need to play the crowd a bit. You can't. It's like Noah, Liam Gallagher like playing and then never singing an Oasis tune. It's like, you know that's what they want. Like
exactly. So it's,
you can play some of your shit.
That's a fun one. Like Transmit, that's a fun one. Just making all the waves bounce.
Do you like playing festivals?
It's good. I prefer wee things. I don't like
shit.
Like Transmit was alright because you're quite far away for the crowd, but like there's sometimes like when you're playing, like I've done a couple of things where I feel like I'm right there and just feel like everybody's just staring at me. Do you
ever get mad weirdos pure, put this on?
All the time.
Really?
Well, I always get people requesting Glamorous.
Play Come
Do you know what I
On.
mean? My Glamorous remix that I did. And all the time, and it's like
that's not too bad because it's like yours, but does
I know, but at the same time,
play it, you move back on it.
play level 42,
play Clouds.
No street swan for housing. Weird rocking.
I feel like I suppose. I mean, they're not going to start asking. I've not had people asking me for pure random tunes. Not since I was DJing in like smaller places. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not when you're actually there, but people do ask for Glamorous all the time. And sometimes it just isn't fat. Do you know what I mean?
Fuck off.
I know.
Let me do my job.
This is why I'm up here, right?
see how obviously we're talking about like you were like in the Archies and shit, right?
I used to work in Archies.
Did you?
I worked in Archies when I was 18 until I was 20.
Did you?
For the last 2 years, just until it got shut down.
Right, it's a fucking sin.
And that's when everybody, I remember actually one of my ex-boyfriends, when I was pure young, like I started working in the Archies like after. And he used to say, she wanted to go out all the time. But you just want to go out all the time, get married and whatever. And then I remember when I got my job in the Archies, he was like, aye, suits you, didn't it? And I'm like, oh, fuck off. Do you know what I mean? Look at me now.
I know, look at me now.
I'm getting paid to get.
See, I seen a video of like, see, Printworks. And I seen a video, I don't know if you've seen it, and it was getting shared, and it was like the amount of just phones, just a sea of phones, right? Do you think that's like, Do you think social media and that is sort of like ruined a wee bit?
I think so, because, and I actually was talking about this the other week as well, right? So sometimes, especially with like what you're playing, so I feel like a lot of DJs now play for an actual crowd reaction. Do you know what I mean?
To
like
get that video, or
do you know what I
aye.
mean? To get that bit, and I get a wee bit down about that because I play a lot of I like a lot of mellow stuff and a lot of like more kind of like clubby stuff. And then I thought to myself, I was like, see, when I'm having the best time, when I'm out dancing, I'm not jumping about like a dafty.
Aye.
I'm like dancing and like
Vibing.
talking to my pal and be like, oh, that's a belter. Do you know what I mean? Listen to that. Do you know what I mean? So I'm trying to not get sucked in by the social media thing,
the
because I
viral
sometimes
side
think
of-
that I've not got tunes that are big enough, but then at the same time,
And you never know,
do you know
but
what I mean?
because you never know, but because that will just come. Like, there might
Aye.
one of your children's might just fucking go
well,
mad.
sometimes
you know
that
what I
does
mean?
happen.
Like,
Sometimes you
aye.
play something, you're like, oh, for it was a wee
Aye,
chill one, and it's like people
Aye.
are loving it.
So
So
look at like
people's
you, like
reactions
you,
on it.
tell me something good for you, and that was meant to be just a tune he played between.
Aye, like
and
just
then it just went mad.
Mad,
So
I know.
you just never know, do you?
No, I know.
But I feel like that as well. Even for like, when I was young, I started doing it. Obviously, people are videoing shit, but see, now it's so like.
yeah.
Well, phone in there, picture,
When
and it's just
I
like
was-
you're meant to be there for the tunes, and it's just feels a lot of the crowd aren't there for that now.
When
No.
I was younger, it was always like trying to get a good video for Instagram. Like, you'd always see cunts, and it'd be like, if it was
I
a bit
think
that was
it's-
coming up, it'd be like,
Whenever I've used to go to concerts and stuff when I was younger, but I always used to take videos because you want to go back and you
Aye.
want to look at it later on. Do you know what I mean? And you get like, I went to see Coldplay in Barcelona one year, and I've got videos on my phone for that, and it's just with the light now and with the lights on.
aye.
and
Viva la vida and that. All that.
I fucking love Coldplay.
I like Coldplay.
I've been to see Coldplay 12 times.
My first ever,
12 times.
my first
That's
ever
like-
gig was
Aye.
Coldplay at SECC, and it was like the mad,
I
the
think-
mad one. You got a wristband and it lit
Aye.
up and that. And I'm talking about.
They do shit like that at like all of them, but don't they? Like there's
Aye.
songs, some sort of gimmick.
I went to see them in SCCC, like the actual SCCC.
Aye,
like
that's-
years
but
and
I
years
was, like,
ago. I
12
saw
or
them a
something.
few times. But then when I went to the one in Barcelona and they've got all the lights, like honestly, people slag off Coldplay, but I honestly say that that's the best rave I've ever been to.
But it's like people slag Coldplay until like one of their tunes comes on, and they're like singing it and shit. You know
it's,
what I mean?
it's a good concert to go to, man.
Aye.
It's a good buzz.
Nah, fair dues.
But you take videos just because you want to remember it.
Aye.
go. Oh, were you doing the horn?
I know. I just need. I was. Why I put my horn up to get the tension. I need the toilet.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
right.
It's ad time, baby.
Ad time.
We'll be back. Troops. A lot of New Year's resolutions being made, I'm hearing.
Made and broken.
Made and broken in the first week. A lot of gym memberships being cancelled within the first week.
Sadly.
It's very sad. But one resolution we must stick to, especially the males out there, we've got to keep those pubes fresh this year, baby. Zzz. Pubes. So, you know, we can't abandon downstairs. It can get like a jungle. It can get pretty out of control down there. And there's only one place to go to take care of that, and that is manscaped.com, baby. So let me talk you through some of the products that Manscaped offer. They offer a performance pack which kind of gives you everything you need.
Aye. Everything you could need for your manscaping needs.
Aye, I mean, they've got the Lawnmower 4.0, which is the like electric clippers that they have skin safe technology. So the likelihood is you're not going to nick your skin with these.
You get a wee light on it. So if you're doing it in the dark, which I do.
Aye, which Jamie loves
Aye.
today.
It's more challenging, know what I mean?
Strictly in the dark.
It's made
actually.
it, Manscaped has made it too easy to shave my balls now, so I need
Aye.
to try and.
Aye, you need to challenge yourself.
Exactly.
So it's also waterproof, so you can use it in the shower. And also as well, like, I don't know if you're meant to, but you could easily just shave your chest in that way as well. Like, it's
Aye, I
no
do
just for
that.
your balls. Aye. It's good for that as well. So don't think this is just for the balls, but it is designed for the balls, I'll be honest. And what you're going to get with us is 20% off and free worldwide shipping. So it doesn't matter where you're watching this. You're in Ireland, you're in Belgium, Mozambique, which we've got a big fan base out there, and shout
Huge.
out Huakni Hiatna to all my Mozambikians out there, yeah. So you'd be daft not to take this. 20% off your order, free worldwide shipping, and you know,
And just feeling fresh for
feeling
the
fresh,
foreseeable.
feeling fine. I mean, the day that I've got the ball deodorant, the ball toner.
I mean, like before Manscaped, mate, I just had a lighter. I just used to do that with a lighter. What were you doing again? You were like...
Singeing them off, aye. We were
singeing
both
the
doing a
same,
bit of singeing, aye.
You
So,
taught me the lighter technique, but it's
and
so
we do
much-
not advise that.
so much better.
And Manscaped don't either. They advise that you buy their products. So To get 20% off and free worldwide shipping, use the code Reilly's Gaff at checkout. So that's REILLYSGAFF. And keep those balls tidy this year.
Come on.
Guys, if you have been involved in an accident on the road, these can be very scary occasions, guys. They can send a state of shock through your body. It can be very alarming. There's a company that are going to take care of things for you. It's a very scary thing to get a bump in the roads. The best thing for you to do is call G4 Claims. The G4 Claims are going to take care of the whole process for you if you're involved in an accident that wasn't your fault. So the best way to get in touch with G4 Claims is maybe through their website, notatfaultclaim.com. You can also get in touch with them on their phone number, 01698 767 172. Now, G4 Claims have won awards, many awards, business awards. So they know what they're doing, guys. Let G4 take the stress out of this very stressful situation for you. It is a very serious issue. We don't like to joke about anything like that. So, you know, guys, if you are in a bit of bother on the road, get in touch with them and mention that you've seen them on Reilly's Gaff. Cheers.
Which brings me on to an invention. I was wanting to ask, what do you think?
An invention.
I've got an invention.
Right.
A pocket microwave.
Okay.
Portable microwave.
A portable microwave.
What do you think?
Like
Dragon's Den you've got.
what size is it?
So it's like this size flat, and then it kind of opens up.
What, like it folds up into a
So
microwave?
it's like the size of an iPad, and then you can fold up the corners.
What are you talking about, mate? I've actually just heard the end of
I'm
it.
trying to get in
So
there.
it's
So
a
Can I get in?
portable microwave, a pocket microwave.
How does this work?
Right.
Sorry, that's probably what you were going through there, and I'm sorry for interrupting.
So
me.
this is Dragon's Den, right? Use of both.
Okay,
got.
okay.
Right, we're,
Right, know what I mean?
we're the dragons.
Aye,
Evan.
this is DJ's
feel
Den.
DJ's dead.
So it's like this size, right? It's the size of an iPad, and then it folds up
Right, I'm listening.
into a cube
Right.
to become a microwave.
Okay.
And it's for like, because I'm
Much.
Why do you need that?
I'm out driving a lot, and I'm like, see if I get like Molly's Meals, look them up, get your Molly's Meals. So if I've got them and there's no microwaves on sites I go to or whatever, I'm like, oh fuck, I need to go and get like
Aye.
a mad piece or
But do you know
something.
how do like they have microwaves in the garages now?
What, and you just get them put your
Yeah, mate, I remember a wee guy that's
They
pure
do.
unlocked
No,
a,
they don't.
that's unlocked a memory.
They do,
Yeah.
right? I swear to God.
No, you're actually right, by the way. A wee guy I hung about with used to be like that. Like, I don't know, this is a pure locked memory in my brain here, but I just remember him saying pure, coming round with a pot noodle, and I'm like, where did you like? And he was like, just put it in your fucking garage.
But see, that's different, mate, because at my...
Maybe you're not allowed to
at
hook up your own food.
In fact,
At
you
this
don't,
bar in my...
so you don't need a microwave to make a pot noodle.
No,
you need a kettle.
that's what I'm saying. In the
Yeah,
spa...
they have both.
See,
Aye.
outside my school, in this spa, there was always every cunt either went to, right, so there was
Break it down,
there
break it
was a
down.
lot of like debate over what was better, right? There was a few things you can go to at lunch at my school,
All
right?
right.
Sorry, on you go.
So one of them was Nads, which was a wee roll shop that done rolls and link sausages. That's all everybody got. One was the spa,
How basic.
and you go in and get coca noodles.
Aye, that's
and,
why I
and
used
then
to
there's
get
a
at school.
pot noodle stand that has hot,
Oh,
like you
yeah.
press it like that and on
Aye,
top
I
of it.
remember that.
That's
I
what that
remember.
is, Evan. It's like a kettle inside a mad pot noodle
Aye.
thing.
Now that's an invention, bro.
Aye.
Oh,
Never mind your portable microwave.
yeah, that's just a kettle.
Much you wanting for this? What you selling it? We're the drag. You need
Right,
to
so I'm selling it, right, so-
start talking some
You
figures,
need
Jamie.
to tell us. You need to tell us what the need is for it. Like,
Have you garnered like an audience? Have you tested this product?
So I just kid on a have I? I surveyed 7 people in my work, right?
Right, okay.
6 out of 7 said they might use it one
Right.
time.
That's all right.
Right, one of them said that they would use it twice a week. Right, decent. I would use it near enough every day. I'm a man on the move.
well,
Is this
a car microwave then.
No, because sorry, it plugs into your outlet, your fag
Ooh.
lighter. So that's how you get.
That's handy actually. That'd
Something
be
like
handy.
that's got to be it there.
Yeah.
Jinxer? What, a microwave that you can fit in your jacket pocket, mate?
No, well, maybe no.
Like,
Like,
mate, what about like?
why?
just
Why
when you're
here?
go-
No. Here's like, see if it's in your car. Why does it need to fit in your jacket?
Because
why are
you-
you needing to walk about with a jacket on in the street with a microwave?
What if you're like camping? What if you're it's portable? You can take it on holiday. It's flight friendly.
What's the RRP?
RRP, I'm thinking 75 quid.
Mate, a normal microwave isn't that far off.
It's like 50 or something, isn't it?
Is that how much a
Maybe,
microwave?
I'm not sure.
Right, so I'm thinking about 75 quid because I'm thinking it is a specialist thing. It's not going to sell to everybody,
No.
right? But see the people it does sell to, they've got 75 quid.
There, look, on the microwaves now, you're talking your top of the range Russell Hobbs, yeah, $84.99.
Type in pocket microwave or portable microwave.
I feel like it is portable anyway.
Aye, if it can fit your pockets,
Aye.
portable, bro.
I think pocket's the best. Like that's the selling point, mate.
Mate, on Etsy?
No way, man. Somebody's beat us to it.
No, that's no microwavable heat. What?
Aye, that's a lot.
mad
Of,
picture
that's
of
a lot
penguin.
of guff, bro.
Aye, they've not done it. They've not done it yet.
So I'm asking for the research. It'll probably cost about 125 grand, right? So, and maintenance. So I'm asking for £350,000 for 50% of my product.
50?
50%.
I'm out.
Out.
I'll whale it, bro.
Oh man, I fucked it then. I saw my dreams dashed, man. I wanted one to use as a fit, but imagine it was
Nah.
pure
There's got to
serious.
be something better
Yeah.
that you could fit in your pocket. What if you could fit your whole house in your pocket?
Would you think you could? Do you think it's possible?
I don't know. I don't know the logistics on that.
No.
Do you know?
Maybe like a tent or something, like
do you
one of
know-
those wee folded up tents.
Do you know the world record for folding papers? Like 10. Folding
10
paper in
times?
half.
I think it's only 7 times.
7 is where
I
it
think
gets.
it's 7.
Is it
You-
7?
I think it might
Do you
be.
want me to check?
Aye, world record for folding paper. Because I'm just thinking how big this microwave needs to be to fold it in your pocket.
Right. What the fuck? The current world paper folding record belongs to California high student Brittany Gallivan, who in 2002 managed to fold a 1.2 kilometre long piece. Oh, right, so that's like the biggest.
Yeah, but that's like pure, like it's.
No, but
talking
see,
about
even
the
if it's
A4.
Who's the first person to fold a single piece of paper?
no, never mind this. But see,
Sorry, I'm good. I'm a deep
see,
hole
no
here.
matter how big the paper is, see if the paper's the size of this room, it would still be 7 because you're doing it in half anyway. So the paper could be that size,
Aye,
or
but
it could be the
it's
size of
the
your
day. That's a mad maths thing, innit?
Aye,
It's a mad...
because you're half in your area every time you half it, so it doesn't matter what size it
We're
is.
getting really technical in
Yeah.
here. But look, I wanted to ask Hayley some questions about being a DJ.
Alright.
Yeah.
Do you think we should go?
We probably should ask.
So,
I want to hear one about your microwave.
at the end, you can try it. For Patreon, mate.
Right, okay.
So, I wanted to ask, like, obviously, a lot of people that are probably watching this, right, are like people who want to get into DJing, right? So, like, see if somebody's sitting in the room and they're like, I want to start, but I don't even know like what I should buy first or what I should put my stuff on, or like what's the
Yeah.
sort of advice you would think like you could give them?
You just need to Google everything, man.
Is that Google's a master? Yeah, we've just learned that.
Google's a master. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you've got to obviously start with like your equipment, or but everybody's got
first.
like different ways. I mean, I think so. Well, no, not really. I mean, if you've got a computer, you just could just start downloading music, put it on the wee sticks, and then go to like pirate studios or whatever that, just to kind of get your bearings.
Aye.
But you also get like wee controllers and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
I had a controller, still got one. And you just kind of need to just get a shot. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Just try and just
Go for
Figure
it
it out.
out. Go for it. Figure it out for yourself.
I fucking like protect your position here, mate. Don't even tell them how to do shit. Honestly,
They're all rivals.
No, but at the
give them
same
the
time,
wrong advice.
Aye.
Keep yourself in the top. Look out for yourself, man.
No, but you just need to look. You just need to just Google it and just go and
Google shit, people.
get hands on, guys.
Get
hands on.
aye.
That's good advice, I think.
Get hands on.
Fair dues.
I always want to ask another, like, just because that's obviously quite a serious question. I always want to ask, if you were doing like a set, right? Would you rather piss yourself every half an hour or shite yourself with half an hour to go?
Piss myself every half hour.
Oh, it's gotta get messy.
I
here.
can wear a skirt.
I went to right out onto the toilet.
Puddle it.
That's
the craziest move out of all the moves.
That's an insane thing to say. I thought you were going to say I can wear a nappy.
I would always rather piss myself. I'm not like nobody wants to shit
It's
themselves.
only half an hour, just a wee one.
No,
And then, but think about...
No.
So you're pissing yourself onto the flare, which is the ballsiest move I've ever heard in my life.
I was either that or Like what? Shite?
Mad absorbent joggies.
You could, I think, no joke, I'm no jacking, I'm no joking. I think you could, like, if you were trying to hide both, I think you could get away with a wee shit as long as it wasn't a bad night.
Unless you wear a skirt.
As long as it wasn't a bad night before, unless you wear a skirt. Imagine you just seen that, you're like, did she just shite?
Just kick it away, like two-step it away.
I've told you the story. Do you know the story about me hodding the fake?
Aye, hodding the shite.
Do you know about this?
What?
Right, so
I think I saw this.
I was on holiday when I was young.
I think, yeah, in the pool.
In the pool, and I was like, look at this
I seen that.
joke shit that's swimming about. No, I think if it's even possible that somebody would do a shite in the swimming pool.
It was more possible that it would be a joke shite.
In my head at the time, and as soon as I grabbed it, I was like, why did I think that was fake?
It's so logical,
no, but
mate.
like, I know what you're talking about.
I was like, I'm going
the
like,
fake ones, and they've got like a face on it. Do you know what
Aye,
I mean? Like when you got
emoji
the eyes.
Aye.
Imagine you seen a mad emoji shite in the pool and you thought it was like water wings or something. What do you call them? The
armbands.
Water wings.
That's pure American.
You just thought it was one of them shits, like a wee emoji shite, and you grabbed it and it's a real one with eyes and all.
Oh, it was definitely didn't have eyes, man.
That's not nice, and that wasn't a nice question. But
Sorry.
I would, yeah.
I really want to ask you a
end on a serious note here.
Yeah.
No, but in another serious note, that's not going to be like that.
Okay.
I always like to ask people, like, because I think in different industries, people get. Like, there's always the pure good cunts. Like, you're like people don't, like, obviously people see the DJs on stage and they don't really know who they are. But then, like, ask you as well, who's, like, people you've seen that you're like, off their actual sound, like, they don't need to be sound, but they're actually, like, sound as fuck. Like, you were like, oh, they're a good cunt, and they don't really need to be. Do you know what I mean?
Miz. Miz is so sound. Like, me and Miz, like, we started, like, hanging about in Ibiza. And it was just like meeting someone that's just pure normal. Do you know what I mean? Because, like, obviously,
I always say that about Miz, because he like subscribes to he's one of your patrons, and he's like always commenting shit and all that, and I don't know, he's just like the pure nicest guy
Actually,
ever, man.
see, talking about Miz, right? Is there anybody else you want to give a shout out to, or is it Miz the main man?
Miz is the main man. Me and you are pretty sound as well. You and sound.
Great gang.
Yeah.
Friends of the show.
Friends of the show.
Both friends of the show.
Yeah, man.
Conveniently enough, guys.
Me and Kenny Chandler are also pretty fucking sound.
Tight. Oh, I love
Kenny Chandler is really sound.
Is he brand new?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
class,
he's
man.
lovely.
It's pure good to hear when, like, you hear what cunts are sound, know what I mean?
Actually, like, yeah. I met Ricardo Villalobos as well.
And
when
did
I
you?
played at Otherlands, I played after him.
Was that?
And he was lovely. And
you
he's
like
usually
playing
known
there?
for being really, really mad at it.
Aye.
And he was sober because he had his dad with him.
Oh, that's cute.
70-year-old dad, and he was really nice.
He's at Raven.
Aye.
Just at the front.
No, dad used to be stick with him.
Causing
and, like,
scraps at Transmit.
Misbehaving.
aye. But no, everyone's pretty sound.
Who's a wanker?
So far.
Kid, don't you don't need to tell us. Who's a rascal? Call them out.
No comment.
See the clouds, man. They're fucking shocking.
No comment.
Calling clouds out.
No, I start beef with clouds right now.
So talking about Miz, right? Miz is on our Patreon, and he mailed me. We said next guest Hayley Zalassi, and he mailed me saying, ask her about the Yimmer Man.
Oh, the Yummy Man.
What is this?
The Yummy Man. Oh, right. Okay. So this is how me and Miz started. This is how we started. Like, oh my god, right. So this is how me and Miz ended up going into the studio together to make tunes. So when we were in Ibiza, we were coming up with we were just like, every time there was like, we were part, because we're all in the same hotel, and so we'd be in each other's rooms partying and that, and me and Miz just started like singing like random little words to the same tune. The first one was give me a minute, mum. I'll get into that in a wee second, right? And then there was the Yummy Man, and I was like, because we were walking down the street one day, and it was just like how it's like, aye man, nah man, aye man, nah man, and I was going, yeah man, and then I was going, Yummy man, Yummy man, and then me and Miz then spent the whole day when there was beats playing throughout the day, just going, Yummy man.
That just sounds like someone hearing my tune.
I can imagine getting really addicted to saying that.
Aye, but we've done it.
Do you do it?
We've made a tune that is called Yummy Man, named after the Yummy Man tune, because we did actually record it.
I wonder who the Yummy Man is.
I
I
don't
imagine
know.
him being a bit of a
The
shaman.
Yummy Man.
I see like a big guy made a straw or something right now. I don't know what's happening. The Yummy Man.
Yummy Man.
I think he's got like a...
No, but he can move the Yummy Man. There's no way the Yummy Man
the Yummy Man Yam.
Aye.
Yummy Man,
I think he's got
the
a
Yummy
30
Man.
stud eyes open and all that.
I don't know, but it was just a fucking stupid random shite chat.
Where
do
was
you know
this,
what I mean?
Ibiza?
This is in Ibiza.
So,
aye.
see, like when you've been in Ibiza and that, you've never been like that out your nut. You've like sat with like a lampshade out your head it, have you?
Aye, got all things. I know, I wasn't even about that.
Were you?
No, that was just we were sitting in a room and I just was like sitting and I just seen this lampshade and then
You're just like,
and
I'm
I
doing
just
it.
was like, I wonder if my head can fit in that. And
It did. Aye.
And it was a
Shaped
nice
it.
hat.
We can see it right here, actually.
Can you? What one is it? There's two.
We're both looking at it now.
Are you looking at
I'll
it?
show it on the phone because I can't get it in the laptop.
Right. I know it's the yellow one. Oh, is it a video? Oh my god.
We thought you were up your foot on
The
it.
video? No, no, I wasn't that fucked.
It's just sober.
I'm nice
Is
and
that-
tan there.
That's sobriety. Sober
Obviously,
Ibiza?
I wasn't sober.
Dry
but I wasn't,
Ibiza?
like,
I'm doing that next year.
Out my nut. When you say out my nut, I mean I think
Aye,
like, you're
you're
talking
pure.
like fucking
That's
taking
not
naked.
what, that's not what I heard.
No, but no.
There's big lies in the streets.
I mean, we were vibing.
Vibing.
We were vibing.
Misbehaving.
Where? I've never seen that.
Have you? Like, we guys have never
I've
heard
never
of
actually seen that.
You don't need to worry about that.
I thought it was the photos you had.
Aye,
No, we
Did
had
Natalie send you that?
maybe.
No.
Also, she told me a story about. Now, you said you worked in Sugar, and she told me a story about you gone in.
Oh my god.
Do you know what I'm going to say?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell it?
So I used to work in Sugo just up until the summer, and it was when I still worked there. I went in for dinner one night with Natalie, and I walked in. And I walked, like, they put me to the front of the queue.
because there's always a big mad queue.
There's a
isn't
queue for ages, but obviously if I work there currently, you're not really going to make me wait in a seat, are you? Do you know what I mean? So I got my table, and then one of the lassies I used to work with came up to me and she was like, Hayley, did you know them? That people at the bar? And I was like, no. And she was like, oh, they just, like, they recognised you. Like, they were like, oh, that's Hayley Zalassi or whatever. And then they were like raging because they thought that I got the table because I'm Hayley Zalassi. Do you know what I mean? Like, as if I'm a pure celeb.
Imagine you had that
I
too.
know, like, I'm pure skipping the queue and Sugo and that. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I think
You'll go wait and get it.
The hottest spot in town, do you know what I mean?
the
Do you know what I mean?
fucking the president of Glasgow couldn't get a
No,
fucking.
I mean,
couldn't
the
get
mayor-
a-
the mayor
But I'm
even
like that,
struggles.
No, I actually work here.
Aye, I thought it'd be funny just imagining like you get in with the fur coat and all that and just like smoke this snout and that, like, aye, and it's like Goodfellas or something, like they're bringing out tables and putting cloths there and that, you know what I mean? You walk in through the back and that and just put money in people's pockets and that, I'm a gangster.
Yeah, no, that was funny. That was funny, man. That was
That's
funny.
class, isn't it?
I know.
She could-
But imagine
Do you
that.
hope one day that could really be like you could walk in and anyone but like table?
I mean,
would it?
I've been working in that environment for most of my adult life.
Was
So
there MD that could have walked while you were working in Sugo? Was there MD that could have walked in and you'd have been like front of the queue? You come in the now.
Capaldi.
Any DJs? Keep it.
I don't know.
No,
I mean,
doesn't
no.
need the pure in
What
my
if Jerry Chandler was that? Fucking get me a seat.
I didn't really work in the door.
Did you know?
I was bringing you your food.
right.
It was a good job because you made everybody smile.
Because you're getting food. Aye.
I was like,
buzzing.
ooh.
How buzzing are you when like your food finally comes
Exactly,
and you're pure
that's what I
starving,
mean.
man? It's
See, if
always the
you're-
pure best
See,
thing
if you're
ever.
taking the plates to people, you're just making everyone's day,
Bringer
man.
of joy.
It's
Do you ever-
rewarding.
do you
It's
ever
a very
have-
rewarding job.
Do you ever get any mad like people that just act all weird as fuck when you're giving them the food?
Aye,
Like,
there's
just,
like it's Wayne's now. See like teenagers now. They're all quite socially awkward.
I think so as well.
It's really weird, like because like you'll be talking to them, like, oh hi, what can I get you? And they're all like,
Aye.
what the fuck? Like,
Sitting
and
on
I'm
the-
like, it's alright. I'm
They're
just
like, I'll just
asking
type
you.
it out for you.
Aye, I'm just asking.
It's because of
like,
the internet and going online and all that.
it must be.
Or the week, no. Like,
I done something weird that day when somebody brought me my food.
What?
They went to shoot, like the person went to put down the chips and I was like, before it was actually hit the table, I was that starving, I took a chip. And I hit it, like, I can imagine just being like, what are you doing? Like,
Give me a minute.
you know what I mean? Just slapping my horn away
that
or
is
something.
very, like-
It's strange, isn't it? I love a good can of beer.
glug, glug, glug.
Yeah, but I'm getting kind of bored of just like my kind of normal, just plain beers, lagers, pilsners.
Yeah.
I don't know what I can do about that. I don't know where I can go. Or
I know what you can do, son boyo. You can get on to Beer 52. Now, Beer 52 are craft beer experts.
Yep, they are.
Beer 52 are a monthly beer subscription service. and we've partnered with Beer 52 to give you a very special offer. Beer 52 are going to give you a case of 8 free craft beers.
8 free craft beers?
8.
That must be that's a lie. That's a straight up lie, bro.
I would never lie to you, Jamie.
Promise.
So 8 free beers they're going to give you when you sign up with our code. So go www.beer52.com/Reilly, Reilly, and you're going to get a free case of 8 beers. Now, these beers, as well, I was talking to Jamie about there, these aren't the beers that have been mass-produced, sent all over the world, you know, uncared for, all about the money. These are people who care about the beer.
Small batch breweries.
They care about the quality of every single can. So, not only that, you're going to get beer snacks with it. You're going to get a magazine about beer as well. Bloody hell, you're going to be beer daft by the end of it, yeah? So, get on it, troops. 8 free beers. Could be a nice wee present for somebody. Also, if you want to cancel any time your subscription, you can do it. You can pause it as well. They've got beer for everybody. So, there's no reason not to get involved, troops. Go, hit the link, and get those free beers.
The thing, mate, I was watching the old podcast of you when you were trying to get something fixed with your motor. Aye. And you drove right to the door.
I drove through it.
Like, I think sometimes you do such wild stuff, but it's so funny because, like, he came in here and he was like, was it fucking Halford today? What was the story? Tell it.
So, like, I was at Halford.
Tell me,
right?
Bear in mind, who do you think the one is being sort of a bit out of order in this situation, right?
Out of the two yous?
No, I'm not even involved.
It's just me and this, we'll call him Alexander, right?
Right, okay.
So, it was at a point, mind the weather was heavy bad, like it was like pure,
it was the rain
and it was flooding places and pure bad wind and all, right, and I came in and I had worked like a 12-hour shift, and see, while I was driving home, the windscreen wiper in my van just came off in the wind. It was that bad, know what I mean? But obviously it's pouring down, so I have to be able to fucking wipe my windies. So I was like, right, I'll go to Halford's, and I went in and I was like, windscreen wiper for this, like transit or whatever, and he was like, it's there and that. So I went and got it, and I was like, is this easy to put on? And he was like,
already aggressive.
I was like, no, I was like,
he was aggressive there, wasn't he?
Just alright to put on. I was like, darlings, this easy and that, sweetheart, to this guy, right? And he's like, no, it's no bother. I was like, alright, aye, cool, I'll go out and date myself. But I went out and it was pure, like the wind was blowing us everywhere and that, and I was trying to do it, and it said like A, B, C, and I was like, so obviously that's A, and then that's B, and then that's C, and that's how you get it on.
Just like everything else.
Like it was like it's the ABCs of putting on a windscreen wiper, right?
The ABCs, man.
And I said, and it wasn't working, so I went back and I was like, mate, are you sure it's this and this and this? And he pure, like, he was sitting at the doors, them had electric doors that look like that, and he's just sitting. And they opened and he was like, yes, it's like that. And I was like, monkey's a horn, mate. And he was like, no, it's company policy that it's £4 if we assist you. And I was like, I'll pay, like, no, I'm not paying £4. I was like, just come out and give me a horn, it's pure raining and that. And the guy was like, no, I will not do it. I was like, right. So I went back and went to try and get it right, and it still wasn't working. And then I went back and tried to ask him again, and as I was walking in, he'd done £4 like that, right? So
and the
like,
pure storm?
I was like, fuck this cunt. So I got in my van, drove up, and then like went in between the bollards so that the mad electric doors opened, and so that guy was like out in the rain. So my van wasn't out in the rain, and I just like let out and done do this and gave him the hang. And he was like, you don't use C, it's only A and B on this one. And he put it together, or it was only A and C and you fling away B or something. I was like,
you
didn't tell me that, know what I mean?
Was there not instructions? No.
I didn't, and then after he put it on, I just reversed it and drove away.
That's mental,
at
isn't
the time, I was just fuming about my work, and it was raining, and I thought he was being a bit of a job's worth. So I came in here expecting to get back up for everything, and he was like, sound like you're being a pure prick, bro. I was like, if it's £4, it's £4, bro.
Aye.
I just don't like people that pure take that, like, I don't know.
I think it was
because it's not his fault.
Maybe he did a really 12-hour
I know, but if he's struggling like you, this is your issue.
That's true. But it wasn't wet, it was fucking dry.
You were in your van?
But he would have been wet. He would have been wet if he came out.
Aye, that's why I drove it in for him, mate. It was been nice.
It's just a bit crazy, isn't it? But
no.
I think I was going through a mad manic spell in my life when I done that.
He just rocked in here and he was like, I should do this fucking prick today. And I'm like, but you actually are like, this is pretty 50-50 on his favour for you
60
being a
for
putty. But driving up so that your band's in the show.
Basically, I was staying in my
Sounds
favour.
pretty illegal to me.
It
Aye,
probably
you broke
was.
the law there,
But, and I know usually like that, bro, telling them all.
he's pure change now.
I'm usually-
2023 is his year.
No, usually like
That's it.
Jamie's that gym, that, bro.
He's been saying to me, this is my year this year and all that.
This is your year.
We've been saying that to each other, mate.
This is-
Don't
yeah.
lie.
Every
this is
morning.
all your years.
We send
This
each
is every all
This is all
year.
your years.
Aye. At the same time every
Gotta be a
night
good one.
we
Can feel it.
Gotta smash it.
Jinxo 2023.
I'm going to end up
Aye.
smashing it, Trips.
First like normal year and a wee while on it.
Aye, that's true,
Little
actually.
proper.
Aye, because
Feeling like
2022
access.
was a bit like...
It was a bit.
Aye.
Started off still. Things were a bit weird. Do you know what I mean? So it's like.
Aye, wait, because there's like a
But also,
war
I've just
and all
stopped.
that,
I've stopped watching the
there
news.
still is a war?
I don't
Mate,
watch the
heard,
news.
I heard that war's going to last 10 years, by the way.
Aye, I told you that.
Aye.
Is it?
Evan told me that war's
You
going
heard
to
it
last
here
10
first.
years.
Oof.
Here's my
He's got
predict-
a bet on it.
Aye,
That's a lot.
101.
Aye. No, I
10
don't.
I'll get a fucking
Maybe
hug around
maybe
it.
I just block it out, man. I just
Aye.
live in my
What
own
is it?
brain.
You can get heavy sucked into like watching the news and be like, oh fucking the world's
Aye.
terrible, and then like see if you actually think about your day-to-day life,
know.
like you're actually alright compared to
Aye.
like everybody really.
It's when you start hearing about like other people's lives that are heavy, like, and they don't need to be bad. That's what pure fucks
Aye.
me, I think. Like,
Aye.
I feel like
that's
you
a bit-
probably. I feel like you are what you consume, innit? The news is pretty
Aye,
depressing all the time. So
and it's
a bit
all
much.
pure like made. It's pure engineered to be
I know.
terrifying.
I think this as well.
Aye, it's a,
It
you never feel like,
definitely is.
oh, the day like, there was a fireman, they saved him, like, you're like, and
Aye.
people,
No.
bah, fuck off, it's like, war is going to last 10 years.
Yeah,
You're like,
exactly.
fuck, man.
No, I just.
Bong. War's going to last 10 years. Bong.
What about Trevor McDonald? He's still alive?
Oh, I don't know.
Jamie?
Maybe.
Oh, wait, I'm forgetting I've got it.
Jamie,
come type this.
look at this up.
Trevor McDonald.
Oh, mate, see, there's
I
a man.
think you would know if he died,
Aye, I'm pretty. Oh, no, wait. Aye, it would be on the news.
No,
You see, he must be getting on, Trev.
mate,
That would be on the news.
there used to be an advert.
He's
and
still active.
aye,
Still,
mate,
still on
was
the road.
There was an advert last year that was like, it was like him, and it was him in all these different places, and he was like, I've been all around the world, and all this mad shit, and it looked,
Showing
like
off.
it looked like a mad documentary, and I was like, that'd be pure cool, his mad documentary, because he's
would
done
be.
everything, and then at the end it was like, and that's why you should go to Specsavers. I was like, what's an advert for Specsavers, man? I was getting pure buzzing for this documentary. Oh yeah, this will be good by the way. No, like, sit down and watch it. Isn't it for cunts now?
He's up with Netflix. I'm Netflix. Trevor McDonald, big name, man. How old do you think Trevor McDonald is?
102.
Maybe. No. 80. Is he not like 80?
Right, give us a
About
guess.
80?
You see, you just see
I
it.
didn't see it, mate.
I don't know.
116.
Oh, shit.
No, I don't know.
45.
70,
77.
Right, what's your guess?
I think. I'm going to say 80.
He's 83.
80? Oh.
Telling you,
So
man,
I
they're
win
all getting
then?
on.
Did I win that one? Aye?
Yeah, I owe you a score or something. Oh, sorry.
By the way, I want to give a shout out. Heckle Clothing.
Best
have
idea.
provided us. These t-shirts are very comfy. We wore them on Patreon, but we wanted to show people them. So if you're wondering where to get these lovely t-shirts, they're like oversized, very
Aye.
comfy,
Nice big collar.
stretchy cotton. Oh man,
Beautiful.
feel like
They
I'm
look
in.
good, man.
Feel like
Aye.
I'm in
Soft to the touch.
Egyptian cotton sheets right
Aye.
now.
So go to Heckle Clothing on Instagram and tell them Reilly's Gaff.
We can't get a discount,
Aye,
but
no,
like, just
just-
go obviously and just
Gonna
look.
have a swatch.
As well, just moving on to Big Trev. You said you worked in Sugo. Do you still work, or are you like full time DJ?
I'm DJing at the moment. Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
When did you?
So far, it's all right.
Doesn't sound very like it's
That's
fine.
like a lie.
No, it's
No.
alright. It's fine.
Aye.
It's alright.
It's gone well.
Yeah.
When were you able to like quit? Was Sugo your last job?
No, I quit. I probably quit a wee bit prematurely, let's say.
Aye.
But I had a busy summer, so yeah, and then I've just kind of been making it work
Aye.
since then. So
If you can make, you're but
I'm
like
self-employed, so
Aye.
it's like, yeah,
I feel like you're always
Need to pay your tax.
See,
Tax is coming up.
I know.
me shut the fuck up. Nah, we're saucy, man. We're all good. Big Dad Hugh's got his covered, yeah. But no, what's I going to say there? What are we talking about there?
Tax.
You were talking about
Self-
being working and stuff, yeah.
I always think that if you're doing anything like try to like creatively like on your own,
Aye, it's
you're
difficult.
always better like if you possibly can do it full time because you're going to get there much faster. Like you're going to get to where you're meant to be much faster. I feel like.
Aye, 'cause
I mean,
you can put more into it.
Yeah,
Aye,
and
no
I used to work, so I've just kind of trying to figure it out. Do you know what I mean? But it's new, isn't it? So it's like
date like 8 to 5 and that.
There's a big rumour about Akon going about that. That's how he used to do it. That's how he made all the millions.
Eminem.
Was it Eminem?
Akon was talking about it, saying Eminem taught him that. Eminem.
Right.
So Eminem said he used to go to the studio at like 8 o'clock. He'd go for his lunch at 1 and he'd leave at 5 just every day. Like he would just treat it like a mad.
That sounds quite grim to me, but I feel like the whole point of like getting to that thing is like to know how to do that.
It's more creative and shit.
I mean, you've definitely got to put time into it, and this is the thing as well. Like, obviously, I just had my new music come out with Miz, and we were in the studio like a lot. Like after we came back from Ibiza and stuff like that, so I had a really busy summer. Like I had loads of gigs happening and stuff like that, so that was great. And then we went into the studio together. I only had that time because I had took a break like from working anyway. Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't have done what I've like the music that I've done and we've put out now. That wouldn't be a thing if we hadn't taken that time. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, no, it's kind of, I suppose you just got to take wee jumps.
It's like pure nerve wracking.
Yeah, but so far so good. So far so good. So let's just hope that it keeps going.
See, were you always working in like clubs and like, or did you date? Have you ever done a job that you were like, oh fuck, I hated this?
Oh, I used to work for Scottish Power.
Oh.
On the phones, on the call centre. I hated that.
That sounds murder.
I hated it. It was so bad. I just I didn't even that. I used to go out. This is when I used to go out. So I used to come in on a Monday and I'd have no voice. So I used to have only hello, you're through Hayley, it's Scottish Power. And I'd be like, I can't work, man, I can't actually do it. And I was like, I'm trying to talk, and I was like,
nowadays you should just call yourself John or something. Yeah, it's John. It's John Zalassi.
No, but it was
Scottish
Power. Probably the only job in the world that you can't do with a lost winning voice after the weekend.
All the X Factor, factory.
This was when I was saving up to go away to do my travelling. And I was like 20 or something like that. So, but no, I fucking hated that job. No.
You just get some jobs you're like, I'm not doing this.
No, I didn't like being a number.
I was
I didn't like being a number.
I done the track and trace.
Oh, so did I.
Did you? Mm-hmm. Easy money, bro.
I done that. I know, that was good. That was good.
I was playing Quizzy. No. Mate, I've got shit saved in my laptop called like Quiz 1, Quiz 2, because they were like, Evan, you make the quizzes, mate. And I would like sit and be, mate, it was fun, man. And then I'd be playing pro clubs and that.
No, it was
and then the calls started coming in, and that's when I was like, I'm out of here. I phoned somebody once, and it was like a Eastern like European name or something, and somebody answered the phone, and I was only phoning people that were like, if you'd been in contact, not to tell you are positive, like to go, right, you have to isolate for 2 weeks now, you can't do this, and I was on the phone, and like this guy picked up the phone, and he was like, he couldn't speak English, right, and then he gave the phone to his wife, and then she answered it. I think I was trying to get her on the phone actually, and she answered it, and I was like, oh, I'm Evan for Test and Trace. Your husband's came into contact with somebody with COVID, blah blah blah, and she was like that. My husband's got COVID, and now he's gave me this phone, and now I'll have COVID. You've gave me COVID. Started shouting, you idiot, and all that. Right? And I was like that. And see when I don't know if you got this, but there's mad like what would you call it, like de-escalations, like where you're meant to go. There's mad stages where you say this to like get it to calm down, and I was just like, no. I just hung up.
I got off the phone pretty quick when I was doing it. I got to the point where I was like telling people, I was showing people what to do. Do you know what I mean? So I didn't actually have to talk to people.
So that's the position you want to be in.
That was pretty good.
I didn't make it up.
You need a bit of nous to go that far.
It was good. It was actually a pure blessing to actually have something to do during that.
It actually was, to be fair. And money, like getting that, it was like good money for it all day.
And everything was sharp, so you couldn't spend your money. I ended up just buying hundreds of clays, man.
Did you enjoy lockdown?
No.
Like we always talk about how we pure will like bring it back.
No, I mean, I've heard a few people say
this. The disease part, just to looking everything up.
No, because I was actually genuinely scared that I wouldn't be able to go out again. Like I wouldn't. Like I was like, this is just before. Like so, I was quite lucky as well. I actually started getting gigs and stuff like that after it. But I had just I nearly quit doing music. I was in like, what am I doing? This is not even going to be a thing anymore. And I was like, I might go and be a barber. was going to become a barber.
I can see
You
be
can
a good
imagine me
barber.
being a
Definitely
barber.
could.
Aye.
Just sitting there, chewing gum and that.
You could chat away and that, I could definitely imagine that.
No, but I'd be a good barber, I know. I think.
I bet that was a dream if it wasn't. If it
Be a
all
barber.
collapsed.
Do you think that's what you would do if you weren't a DJ? If you had to like.
Yeah, no, I was
realistically.
actually talking about this. I think if I wasn't a DJ, I'd be like a joiner or something.
Aye.
Think so?
I'm
You
pure
got it in
handy.
you?
Handy
Aye.
heels. That's not
Handy heels, is that like-
Is there like obviously
No,
like your
like,
tunes on
like-
Spotify and that, is there a number that people could phone for like the maintenance side?
Maybe later. Maybe we'll see how it goes. But if not, you might see me kicking about in a van, and it's like handy heels, and then it's like I can do wallpaper. I can put shelves up.
But at the same time,
build your
you're
IKEA furniture.
you're putting like your mixes on, so
Aye,
you're
obviously.
bouncing a bit.
I in charge of a wee bit extra for that.
Yeah.
Free shows, that's actually a niche in the market. You could
Yeah.
be like a plasterer.
Me and my
DJ.
mum have spoke about this before because, like, see, especially for like women, if they don't want a guy going into their house to do work, I'll come in and just put yourself.
That is a thing, by the way. That could be. Hold on, pocket microwave.
I've just
This is what I want to hear.
I've just gave you the $1 million idea.
Oh my
The
god.
pocket microwave's been
Handy women.
bodied.
Do we now know the title of this episode? Hayley has the $1 million idea.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like,
Aye, Lassie with a van. It's like man in a van.
Lassie with a van. Yeah.
could call it-
Zalassi with a van. Mate, we are actually going to.
there we
We're
go.
marking geniuses.
23 years old.
2023. Don't put this in the podcast.
There's a guy.
We're all just going to quit.
We need not this.
Yeah, cut. Talking about obviously smashing all our goals and that, and hitting all our pure heights and ambitions and
Meeting
that.
our macros and that.
Eating macro.
Macro.
We
Hitting macros
me and Sean were talking about maybe some of the worst people we thought of like 2022, and one man that came up was
Right.
Matty Healy.
Oh.
For the 1975.
Oh no, I quite like. Well,
Right,
I don't know.
Right, so I'm going to show you a video right now.
I like
Rory,
the 1975.
Aye.
do you know think the whole going out in the crowd and kissing?
Oh, I didn't see this.
Oh, have you not seen any
No.
of this?
Do you know about this?
No.
Matt
Oh
Healy's
my
a pure
God.
weirdo.
Right, so he goes.
Oh, I don't know about this.
Oh.
Let's just watch this video first, right?
Right.
So it says on it, Matt, for like audio listeners, Matty Healy is keeping the 1975 concerts weird in 2023, if this is any indication. So
What?
last year he was getting slammed for it. A
do
bit
you
of like, so he would like, I'll try and maybe get videos for you. He would like go out into the crowd and be like, I don't know if before he's on the stage gone, is anyone here not had the first kiss? And then there would be like wee lassies, and,
my God.
and he would go up and he would get the security to check their ID before he kissed
How
them.
mad's
and
that?
then he would go
Why
up
even
and
dabble in that? Why?
exactly.
Why
But
even?
I don't know.
But-
A boy called Rory Crombie
That's a
sent
bit-
me this, and I've not even really watched it. I wanted to save it, right? So
Right.
let's actually just see
Okay.
it. Right.
Right.
Can you see?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it just sucked that lassie's thumb.
no.
Let a mad fan stop.
That's fucking weird. Imagine I just started doing that. Do you know what I mean? Imagine like,
Glamorous on it.
put glamorous on and just come down and start just sucking people's fingers. No.
But I seen a thing about this, and
I'll
it was
get
like
that one.
No, but
that's a mad thing for like punk
right.
cunts used to do
I
ages
think
ago.
that should not be allowed.
What? But you try to defend us?
No, I'm saying he's trying to be this mad
Aye,
edgy
maybe
cunt.
like
now,
punky,
like,
aye.
very, like-
now, like slow tie
like pure
spits and
rock
lassies
star.
moves.
Aye.
That's
Oh,
a mad
yeah.
thing he does. It's barking. I think he's trying to be like that because I seen another video and he was like, I don't give a fuck, I'd spit in your mouth. Like that. And he sounds like a mad fucking old woman or something, you know what I mean?
Oh,
And he's
God.
just trying to act like a bit rock and roll or something.
He's definitely trying to, but it's just, he just gives a
No,
major
that's
creepy vibes. I
that's
think.
weird, man.
I think the checking ID's
That's
the weirdest
weird.
thing
No,
ever,
I
man.
know, like no, but why? That's what I mean.
You see him go like that?
Why even like? That's a bit risky, no?
Imagine, like, it's just weird to think about him doing mad calculations of like 2001 and all that.
I've
Like
had-
2001. Aye,
you
that's
can't
fine.
process ID when you look at it though.
Nah.
You ever had to like ask MD for ID
Nah,
for anything?
never.
Right. So if you're working, like you need to ask ID people for booze, but it's too hard to register. Like you just go, oh, yeah.
Aye,
like, do you know what I mean? Like you
Because
need to, that's hard.
what is 18 this year, like 2004 or something? Like that doesn't feel right to me.
oh.
Know what I mean?
Wow.
I think that's a bit
no.
mental because I think of myself, like, I'm 1997 and I think that's a mad young thing. But then like cunts that are out boozing, getting on it every weekend are like 2005 and all that. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Aye, I
That's-
know, that's scary to think about.
It's so
when you
weird,
start
aye.
seeing it.
It's not fun getting old, is it?
No. I feel
No.
it every day. There's a man I've got on the screen now. I think, Jamie, do we need to kind of wrap it up soon, probably? For your training and that? Right. Aye, so why don't we end it by watching the famous Salad Fingers?
So, would you want to explain anything?
Aye.
So, do you want to say, like, because we thought, like, you thought that this was a mad niche thing?
Right, I kind of thought this was like a mad gem I had for my childhood, and I was like, yeah, Mum will get Hayley to watch Salad Fingers today.
No,
And
I've seen
Jamie was like, she'll know what
Yeah,
that is.
I feel like everybody, that was like the kind of first time that, like when YouTube was kicking about,
Aye,
I feel like that
wasn't
was
it?
like,
Maybe I just thought I was
But
like
then
cooler than I was.
What I think's going to be good is if we watch this and it's on the podcast and somebody's like, I've never, what the
I know,
fuck is
I
that?
saw that was
because like there's gonna
Right.
be one person they know that's like, I think a lot, by the way.
Aye.
Like maybe like slightly older people or younger, or, like,
Younger,
because
I
we're
think.
all
The
sort of like
younger
round
ones,
about the
aye.
same age, whereas like maybe younger people. So there is a YouTube series, shall we call it, called Salad Fingers. He's got many episodes, but we're going to. He's got, I think there's 6 or 7. Or
Aye,
something.
something like a wee mini
But
series.
we are going to watch one today called Nettles.
See, to be honest, I don't remember it. I just remember seeing it.
Aye, so I started watching it and I was like, oh, I'm saving it, but it's bad as fuck.
Right. What do you mean it's bad?
I mean, it's just
Alright, like it's shite.
No,
no,
it's
it's like
good.
just creepy, man.
Right.
It's art.
Have we got sound? Can I hear it? No? Alright, aye.
Absolute art.
It's
Hello. Today, I've been enjoying the pleasures
Mate, it looks like a Wolfpack Hunters video.
of
that's weird, man. It's really weird.
What's this rather queer-looking contraption? You can be called a nettle carrier.
Like, actual think somebody made this up. Know what I
Aye,
mean?
somebody's
But then
drew
I think
this.
that about loads of things.
Like the pocket microwave.
No, like, no.
Somebody's that. Aye, let's hold on. Who's that guy, man? Aye, fuck it, we'll leave it. He'll come back. Where is it?
He's after him.
Oh my god.
He's tap off. Looks like Iggy Pop.
But did it
Hey! I don't think I've seen
I think it
this.
just jizzed.
Oh my god.
Made the milk drop out
This is rank.
my teeth.
I know what he means.
The nettles make me think happy times.
He's getting shelter.
Oh, bubble trumps.
This is. Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Look at these big fingers, man.
You've picked
Salad fingers,
how to be visited.
But what was the fascination with this? Why did everybody want to show you?
It's just so
It was
insane,
just
isn't
so creepy, I think.
I know,
like,
but like, it's just.
You're called Milford Cubicle. But why don't you call
know
it
what it's kind of like? Know how that thing I sent you on TikTok? The mad wee guy in the rain?
Aye, it's kind of is like that, man.
It's a bit like. It's just.
Right, we've seen enough salad
I
fingers.
mean,
but Jesus Christ.
It's like.
I just think about the effort that went into that, man.
Aye, but then, like, that's what I was saying. It's like somebody's come up with all the mad weird shit. Like, remember that movie, The Human Centipede, and all that everybody was talking about?
Aye, and also
Like, oh, man.
milking a cow. How did that first fucking happen? Know what I mean?
Eating an egg.
Who done that first?
Who ate the first egg? I always think that.
Aye.
'Cause that's a chicken's like embryo on it. Or
What?
period.
Who thought, like, one day somebody figured out, oh, we can eat the mad eggs or for that animal. Like, somebody had to do that first, know what I mean?
Yeah, like what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Aye, that's another question.
That's another question.
Why did chicken cross the road?
I don't know.
Age-old questions. Age-old questions that can never
really
be
are.
answered.
So, Hayley, you have new music out. Can you tell people where they can find it? And
Yes, it's on Spotify, all streaming platforms. Strange Faces by me and Big Miss.
another
Yes.
friend of the show, so go and
Friend
support
of the
them.
show.
And I'm sure Miz will be back on.
Buy it and all that. So that-
Buy it.
Buy the disc. Buy
Buy
the.
it. No, just whatever. Stream it. Listen
Aye.
to it. Dance to it if you like it.
Aye.
But yeah,
Enjoy.
keep playing it because then I might not need to go back. So go.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Thank you.
We've really enjoyed it.
It's been a buzz.
Thanks, Troops.
Thank
Hope you
you.
enjoyed it, team. Cheers.
Cheers.
Like,
Thank you.
comment, subscribe, and do all that stuff as well.
Aye, do that.
Cheers.
Cheers.